Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Knicks Real Talk. We all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine Bronx Third Eye 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Knicks Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight.
Knicks Real Talk, let's get it poppin'. We hoppin' like toppin' in the Jumpman brand, ain't no stoppin'. Divine and Bronx Third Eye 7-6. We lit from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno with the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show. So spike them likes below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Knicks Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Now you place the chats, when I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recap, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a can or two. Hop a hand on the banner, we violent, so subscribe to the channel. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.
Yeah, salute. Knicks Real Talk, man. We in here tonight show. Divine in the building tonight, man, holding it down. We're going to get into a little Nick talk tonight, man. Hope everybody doing well out there. We in here tonight. Got my man Camilio, 19 Con, 10 Smith. The streets is buzzing, going to be in the building. We just want to get into it tonight, man. Talk a little Knicks on a Friday night. We got a couple things going on. Scott Perry's extension. We're going to talk about the Reggie Bullock, the Aubrey situation. We're going to talk about Frank in the USA. Versus the USA Sunday. So we're going to get into it tonight, the Friday night show. We here just chilling, man, cutting it up. Holding down my partner in crime. Won't be in right now, but we'll get it popping, though. I'm going to keep it moving, and let's get into it tonight, man. I hope everybody out there doing well, having a good time. Take all at home, chilling wherever you at, man. Take care of yourself. Be careful. COVID-19 still out there, starting to run amok a little bit. So y'all just be safe out there. But I'm glad y'all are here with me tonight. We're going to get down, talk Knicks tonight, man, on a Friday night. And let's get into it, man. Salute 19 Com, man, everybody, man. We in here tonight. Yeah, man, let's just go over this thing real quick. First and foremost, from my side, man, I want to congratulate Scott Perry on his 2-year extension for the New York Knicks, man. I think it's well deserved. For what I've seen, what I have seen since he's been here, I'm kind of liking what's going on with that, man. And Scott Perry deserved that. Keep the stability in the organization, let them know that we trying to keep the structure together. Instead of trying to get a new GM, the Knicks strand is solid. They brought him back. I think he's done well since he's been here, man. So salute to that. And we're gonna get into that, man. The chat, give me your thoughts on that, man. But I'm really happy about that, man. I'm really happy about Scott Perry because since he came here, in 2017, 18. He really, got this thing going, man. He brought a new direction to the franchise, got rid of a lot of the old baggage, man. Had the players doing things, going to the gym every night, 2-3 nights a week, culture change, making it more stable. Accountability is respectability to me, man. So he holding people accountable. And I like what he did. He kept the team in a good financial situation, a good draft situation. He kept the picks there. We got great picks. A preference of them coming up in line. We got cap space, got a lot of young talent there, man. So we look good, man. I'm really, really excited about that, man. Along with him and Leon Rose and World Wide West and Tibbs and everybody. I'm glad the Knicks brought him back, guys. I think it was important to do that because what he had done for the Knicks, man, like I said, to me is amazing. And I've been a Knicks fan for a long time. And to be able in 2021 with 7 first-round picks in the next 4 years, whatever the case may be, second-round draft picks. We got cap flexibility. We got some good talent down there that has been coming through the pipeline, and we still got more to come. So I'm really happy with that, with what Scott Perry did, man. Going through the Porzingis situation and all that stuff, man. At the beginning, they might thought it might have been, like a fleece, but I think we panned out well with that. We still got the money. We still got the picks. We got Derrick Rose out of the deal. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with that. I don't have no problem with the Porzingis thing. You do what you got to do. You got to get for somebody who's injured. But at the same time, I think it worked out well for the Knicks. He drafted Mitchell Robinson. He traded Carmelo Anthony over to Oklahoma City. You know, when all the dust settles, we get Mitchell Robinson out of the deal and save cap money. You know what I mean? And so I just think he had done R.J. Barrett. You know, all these guys, man. You know, quickly Obi, some good young talent. So I'm happy about that. So you know, man, just let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, I'm happy about the Scott Perry thing. And I hope the next 2 years, you know, he even get to do more things. He brought Julius Randle here. You know, a lot of good things he did. So salute to him. But salute to everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whoever you chiming in from. You know, and it's a real good thing, man. I really like what I see, man, for sure. But we got to keep it moving, man. And let's see what him and Leon Rose and everybody gonna do. Salute BX Sports Jedi. The brother couldn't get in tonight, man, but he's here, man, in spirit. So you already know how that go. But yeah, man, you know, let's see what they do this year coming up. You know, I really think he's gonna be able to do something good in the draft. I think he's gonna really be able to do something in free agency. So we're gonna see what they're gonna do and what he can accomplish. And now that he got a extension, I think Leon Rose is happy with what he's doing, happy with what he had been doing. So let's let their best is yet to come, and hopefully he can get us right this year, get us back to the playoffs, maybe a second round, third round bid. We'll see how that goes as well. But I just want to congratulate Scott Perry, because I'm a big Scott Perry fan. I really think he came in here and did some good things to put us in the right direction. So I just want to get that out there. And you guys, like I said, give me your thoughts on what you think, man. And if you got any thoughts about Scott Perry, you know, feel free. You know what it is, man. Throw it in there, and we'll take it from there. But other than that, man, you know, the draft coming up. We got a lot of things ready to go down. The draft is about to take place. You know, the next couple of weeks is about to be crazy. I agree with you, Camilio. Happy to see Scott back as well. I think he deserves that. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Camilio, on that one. But yeah, we also got the draft coming up. You know, that's going to be exciting as well. We're going to get into that down a little later on in the show. You know, I just wanted to go over a couple of things that's been on my mind, so I want to put it out there on the stream and see how we're going to talk about it tonight. Salute Frank Matos. I see you, my brother. Salute. I'm glad you're in tonight. I got my man CT about to hop in the place, man. So we're gonna get it popping and all that good stuff. CT, salute, my brother. What's going on with you?
Salute, Divine. Salute to the chat. Salute to BX. Sorry you couldn't join us, but hope you're well. Hope everyone's well.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about, you know.
Yeah, we was getting into that Scott Perry thing. I was kind of going on how side I am for that, man, because of what he have helped this franchise to get to. You know, give me your thoughts on that, because I'm very happy about it, man. It shows me that we're trying to keep a stability in the organization. We just not recycling people in and out, you know, and I think that's so important that they kept him to let them know that, you know, we serious about this thing. You know what I mean? You know, if you put your work in, you get credit for it. And I think they took care of Scott Perry, CT, and I'm happy about that one.
Yeah, you can't understate how much that means for stability and just showing that you're a stable organization now. You know, wanting consistency. You know, Scott Perry is probably the one who's having the conversations with other teams, you know, and to change that up after 1 or 2 years, you know, would set you back again. You know, the dude's made some great deals, kept flexibility, like you said, great relationship with some of the players, you know, helped bring Mitchell Robinson in here, helped bring Julius Randle in here, helped ship out some dead weight. You know, push for the Mook Morris trade, you know, got us quickly in here. I'm happy with it, you know, 2-year deal. You know, you can't be mad at that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, because I think it's well deserved. Like I said, it really is well deserved. You know, he did it. He came here and changed this thing around, man. I think that's so impressive to be able to do that. And up in New York as well, you know, one of the biggest media markets in the industry, and be able to do all that amongst, you know, the fan base that we have. You know, we desperate for things to get better, and I think he has done that. You know, he bought no, you know, he did it the way that you got to go through your bumps and bruises first, so you got to take on a dead weight. You know, you got to, you know, you sign these 1-year deals for a reason, because the old regime, they would have just went out and bought players. No, he said, we're going to take a couple of years, get the culture together. We're going to sign 1-year deals to get this thing in order first. You know, we just can't come out here and start throwing money away just because I came in here to look for a championship. No, we got to build it culturally. You know, we got to build it organically. And I think he has done that, man. If you look at these Knicks players, man, they come to practice 1 or 2, 3 times a day. You know what I mean? You know, they invested in the community. I mean, you know, and I think they represent the organization well. Ain't no silliness going on. Ain't no back pay. This Knick player did this. This Knick player did that. You don't hear none of that. You know what I mean? So I just think that he brought structure and respectability And I just think that's a good thing for us going forward, because we need that to get the players we want to get in here down the line. They got to take the Knicks organization seriously. Like, what is, these cats really trying to do something? But, a lot of people didn't understand why, he had to do what he had to do from the beginning. First, you got to clean house. He cleaned house. You know what I mean? Only person left pretty much is Frank Ntilikina, and he's a class act. Whether you like him or not as a basketball player, but he represents the organization well. He brought a culture here, man. I think we haven't had that in so many years. He brought a certain type of culture here. You got to respect the Knick brand. You go out there, put your work in. The players, they play together. They like a family thing from the top down. I think that Scott Perry's doing. So salute to him, CT. I think he really made a difference here.
Yeah, you said it, and salute to Tim. His comment. Not every deal Perry did was a home run, but
right.
no GM has a clean record, and you got to look at the pros and the cons, and I think Perry's done a far more good work. We supplemented the rest of the front office with talent evaluators, Walt Perrin and all that, which could help out Perry in that regard. But like you said, man, just that stability of wanting to create that culture and keep that intact. We are like our image around the league has just gone up and up. And to make turnover right now wouldn't be a good move. So I'm happy they kept Perry around.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to talk about, to me, already showing me that they're going in the right direction. This organization, this new front office, just by doing that, they let me know that they serious about this thing. This just ain't no, I'm going to hire my best buddies. I'm just going to get name guys over here. No, they're literally taking this thing like it's a business. And I got to salute, what they doing. Leon Rose, man, he came in here as the president, and he still got that structure going. I think that's so important for us as Knicks fans. So we know that. I think that's a good one to CCT, and that's some good thoughts on that. And real quick, tell everybody up there, you already know the 2021 Tokyo Olympics already started. So that's that's taking off, man. So we got a salute Canal, salute to you, my brother.
Salute.
I think we got a couple of players over there we're interested in seeing in basketball anyway. Luka Valdola's over there. I think Luka going to be there. We're going to see what Frank going to do. Frank, and that's another segment we got coming up. Frank play France and play USA Sunday. So, so just salute to everybody at the Olympics, man. I hope everything go well in Tokyo. Enjoy that thing. And y'all represent well over there, man. All the countries in there getting down. Having some just bringing sports to the forefront to keep America and this world, not only America, this world going. Without sports, this place to be a hot mess. So, I'm glad to see the Olympics is popping off, man. The COVID thing is pretty tough out there, but you just got to protect yourself, man. Wear your mask, like I always say at the beginning of the show. Wash your hands, keep your distance, and all that good stuff. Salute Canal, and for chiming in, my brother. We see you. You already know, man. Like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Tell your friends. Tell your family, man. They love the Knicks. We got a show for them. We get out here, open up the dialogue, and just cut it up, man. A family, peaceful, loving show. No craziness. Just talking Knicks, man. Just having a good time talking Knicks sports. And so y'all come on in and join the show and represent the family and come be part of it, man. But yeah, man.
Therapy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I'm happy, like I said, with the Scott Perry thing. I think that was awesome, and so for me, it's just about maintaining, just keep maintaining, keep making the right moves. I'm interested to see what's going to go on. We're going to get into some trade talk and all that good stuff as well. And Sunday, USA versus France. You already know your boy going to be in there, Frank Ntilikina. Olympic Frank gonna be in the building, so you know how he run through the organization. But anyway, he wants a Knick, always a Knick. But he gonna be playing Team USA. They're gonna be going up against the USA, and and there's another one good for Frank. Frank gonna be a free agent. They can give him the qualifying offer, which I guess the Knicks hope we turn it down. Then that way they could maybe compete with a better chance of getting them for a lower price, because if they do give them the qualifying, that's an $18 million cap hit. You know what I mean? So I know that ain't gonna happen. So I'm quite sure they're gonna see if he the qualifying offer thing, and then he get out there and let teams bid on them and see where they at with them. If they don't feel like they can get them for a certain thing, they walk. If they want them back. You know what I mean? So, if they want him back. But, so we're going to see, man. But, yeah, he going up against, familiar faces for Frank. Sunday, he play against some dudes every year. So that's one thing about him having an advantage that he played against some guys. He played against all these guys for 4 years, you know what I mean? Or whoever might not have been there for 4 years, but he played against them. So, we're gonna see what Frank gonna do. You know what I mean? Then we got Luka in the building. I'm excited to see that. I'm really excited to see that, man, because I got to see what this brother gonna do for us, CT. So I think it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, man. With Frank, he's just turned 23, so. Can you believe some people in the draft coming out right now are 23? So
right.
With Frank, I think we're just going to start to see that next leap in his career. He's getting more confident. Frank has a bit of dog in him. He's just shy. He's a shy player. Shy personality. But when he gets on that court, when he represents France, his home country, you see that passion. And I read the article in the Post say about, he's going to play, 20, 30 minutes, that's good for him. I want to see a ball player play. It hurts me when a player is, situational and, I'm glad he gets this opportunity, show out and, the guy's a restricted free agent. You want a contract, go out there and show it. He's got the tools, make it happen, and what better way to showcase yourself against the USA? He's going to be scouts watching, looking for that next contract. And, with Luka, I'm looking forward to that as well. I want to see what he can bring to us. That'll help us in the free agency landscape. If he starts showing out, maybe that, helps the front office a bit more. They know what they've got. And with Luka, what excites me is his 3-point range, can pull up off the dribble. We know that was Elfrid Payton's weakness. Having another point guard that can just pull up, deep range, hit the three, that's just going to bring another dynamic to this team, And, salute to Canal, salute to 19, Tim, everyone in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun for him. It's good for him too. It's really good for him. But once a Nick, always a Nick. Whether you love him or hate him, he's been a part of this thing. He's been through it all. As you look at all the players on the Knicks team, Frank been through it all. He's the last remaining Nick under that over. He done
every
been
regime.
The 5 coaches, GMs, everything. So man, it's for him to be the last man standing. And I respect Scott Perry for that. Scott Perry, listen, that goes back to him. They could have done Frank a long time ago, but I like what he's doing. He's like, listen, man, we're gonna give you a chance to show yourself in your rookie contract. If you make it, you make it. You don't. But I'm giving you the opportunity, and I respect that, man. Because you just don't throw things out at the beginning. You got to wait and see what it's gonna do. And I'm glad that he did that and went that route. 19 comments. I think Frank needs another 15 pounds of muscle. 15 pounds of muscle to finally unleash his inner beast. You're probably right, 19 comment, because the kid got a talent. I was looking at his stats, man. The kid shot 40, even though it was less attempts, he shot 40-something, over 40-something% from 3 this year. You know what I mean? And that was fewer attempts. So probably but as it go on, do your percentage stay that high? I don't know if it will, but he put in work just like Julius Randle did. He like RJ. All of them guys got better shooting the 3 ball. Because they put in the work. That, and that's interesting. That that's why I'm glad to see what he that he did that in this game. Because like I said, if you can't extend Reggie Bullock, and then you go get another 3, you can make Frank be a 3 and D. You know what I mean? He could. I think he would be, to me, just another Reggie Bullock, just a younger version. He'd be a younger version of Reggie Bullock, to be honest with you. If he could continue shooting the 3 ball that way. He's got an opportunity, but I know at during the Olympics it's going to be really interesting to see. You know what I mean? Because FIBA and Franklin knocked Team USA out of the other last couple years. So they Pop ain't feeling that right now. Pop like, yo, hold up, Frank. You gave it to Kim and Walker, and you cost me something the other year. You know what I mean? So Pop probably look like he gonna have to give it to you. So it's gonna be fun to watch, man. Sunday. You'll see our boy Frankie Smokes up in there, Frank Ntilikina, whether he's going to be with the Knicks or not, show him some love because it's going to be good. But I think Team USA going to go in there and dominate. I think they it's going to be tough. You have to pick them with the talent they have, you know what I mean? But that don't mean nobody can't give it to them, CT.
Yeah, whether you're a fan of Frank or not, I think you have to acknowledge that he's far from a finished player, finished product. 23 years old. We know European players can take a while to find their feet, and Tony Parker told us, in his rookie year, this player will be something, but it'll take a few years, and his shooting's getting better. To Elton's point, he needs to work on his handles. Absolutely. I think that's the next key for Frank, because he went and improved the shooting. His 3-point range is solid, especially off the catch and shoot. I agree with you. He could exactly be a Reggie Bullock in a few years, give us similar output, but he can put the ball on the floor. Reggie Bullock cannot. So
Right.
that's why I think, Scott Perry knows all this. He's keeping this guy around. To your point, he could have dumped Frank, so many trade deadlines, for a second round pick. Orlando interested, Washington was interested. So it's no surprise, he's still around. Even though he's from the Phil Jackson regime, they're not. Thibodeau is a fan of Frank. Can see a player that he can mold still. He's still young enough so that Tibbs can really have a big imprint on him. And look, he has a lot of trust. Like, let's look at that final possession in the game one. When he brought Frank on. People want to talk about the other way, where you set Frank up to fail, but you got to look at it the other way. He trusted Frank enough with the final possession of the playoff game to put him out there. That's saying a lot. That's saying that the coach has somewhat belief in him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great point, CT. I agree with you 100%. People might look at it the other way, but I agree with you. You have to look at it the other way too. He trusted the dude put him out there. You know what I mean? So I mean, he had a bunch of other players on the bench he could have put out there in that situation. So, but and like I said, we know Frank is the lightning rod through this thing, man. We do. We know there's a lot of people who just don't like Frank, and we get that. Because as fans, you got to be able to agree or disagree with. That's what makes us fans. They different stroke for different folks. And for me, I think with Frank is how would I say it, CT? It's like a sentimental thing because of what he's been through since he got here, a young man, 18 years old, coming from another country, coming to the biggest city in the world. I mean, literally, to me, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the hardest markets to play basketball in, and you know what? And go through everything he's been through with the coaches, point guards, organization change, and be able to, stay sound and just want to play basketball. I just want to play basketball. You know what I mean? And I respect that in the young man because I look at his grind. People got to look at, we always talk about the word grind. Everybody on their grind. Well, Frank been on a grind. Injuries, just not having the people believe in you to the fullest. You know what I mean? And so sometimes that can hinder a person. It can hinder anybody. I don't care if you Franklin the Killer, anybody that can hinder you. You know what I mean? If you don't feel like the force is with you. You know what I mean? So, but he gonna be fine. I hope he do well, man. I hope USA win the game, but I hope Frank Ntilikina do well.
And he's the definition of high character. Like, how many coaches has he been through, Divine? Some players would have said, "Get me out of here" a while ago, but such a high character as Frank. We've never had a teammate on the New York Knicks that haven't liked Frank.
Right.
And salute to Johnny Timing and Duras.
Duras, aka David, my man, Dave Jackson in the building. But we got to D-Ross now, my brother. Salute. Yeah, man. Yeah. Frank been around. I love it. I just love the way this thing going. And that's the same way I feel about, real quick, Mitchell Robinson. You don't give up on these young men. Let them go through their grind. You know what I mean? And if it don't work out, you wish them the best. But the organization stood behind them. You know what I mean? And that's what you want. You want people to stand behind you who believe in you. That's just life, you know what I mean? Our kids, our friends, we want people to believe in you, and stand behind you and watch your maturation, whether you get to where you want to go or not. But you have somebody watching you grow and develop certain skills and certain knowledge, and that's a beautiful thing. So I salute the Knicks for that, man. I really do. Like I said at the opening segment, Scott Perry brought culture there. A lot of people have been dumping them cat just to dump them like they, Scott Perry like, listen, we can knock all of them. Listen, that's why I'm hoping Scott Perry do the same thing with Obi Toppin. Don't give Obi Toppin the leash you gave Frank. You know what I mean? Give Obi Toppin the leash you gave Mitchell Robinson. And I think he will. That's why I hear all the trade talk. Jeff, like, that's cool. That's cool. You have a right to that opinion. You know what I mean? We ain't here bashing nobody with no hyperbole, man. We just talking, talking Knicks talk, man. But if you don't agree with you, man, like I said, different stroke for different folks. A lot of people like Frank, a lot of them don't. So you're gonna get some of that in the chat tonight, most likely. So it's cool. But you know what? Yeah, man. You know what? I like what Scott Perry did. Just give Obi them that same chance. You know what I mean? That tells me, like, you got these guys believing that they could beat something. And I think that's real awesome. So yeah, Sunday. Yeah, bro.
Just on that, what do you think of Knox? What do you think's their MO with him?
You know what? I think it might go the same way. It might go the same way. They might just keep listen. Knox is just as good as a lot of any other cat that coming out, to me. This is my opinion, coming out of college this year. You know what I mean? I think he might have did them dudes some justice sitting them last year. Said, listen, y'all need to sit down and see how I play basketball, what I want, and if you can handle it, you can play. I don't have a problem with that. Not saying Knox and Frank are finished, but Tiz say, you know what? I got guys who the Knicks brought in here. They got to play because they're under contracts and they're free agents. The Burks, the Alex Burks, and all them guys, they had to play because the Knicks didn't sign them and sit them on the bench. You know what I mean? So they obviously, that ate into all them guys' time because the Knicks did not sign Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, Alex Burks, Nerlens Noel. You don't sign them guys to put them on the bench. So who were the ones that had to kind of sit back there? Frank Ntilikina. It's situational, basically. You know what I mean? If you're not better than these guys, they got to play. You know what I mean? And I think it panned out well for the organization. We made the playoffs. It went the right way. Them cats got to sit back there for a year and say, listen, if I want to be a part of it, I need to do like they doing. So I think Knox, I like Knox, man. I like the Knox. I thought his rookie years were excellent. He had a pretty decent rookie year for the situation that the Knicks were in, for the situation that we were in with all these G Leaguers on the team and second year and rookies. The man put up 12 and something, almost 13 points a game. Percentage wasn't there, but he's young and he's still good. I think that his J is good. I seen Knox in some games, man. I'm like, man, even his rookie year against Antetokounmpo and them, the cat had 31. He was doing work. I'm like, so it was just interesting that they, how that went with Kevin Knox. But I hope the organization still believe in him. Like I was saying the other night, I seen him on a plane with Quickly. I think it was the Theo Pinson or somebody. They was going to the Milwaukee Bucks final game, the sixth game. They was on a plane together. So
Yeah, I caught that. I hope they go to summer league as well. To your point, and to Elton's point, I'm still high on Knox because of the J. His shooting is just so sweet. He got one of the prettiest looking jump shots I've seen in terms of form. And with Knox, it's just the rest of the thing. It's all in the head. Guys got to get more physical. Be comfortable with his body. Know his role. Got to be a nice role player to start with. I think he came in the league, had a great summer league, thought he was just going to light it up. And was humbled. And got to put in that work and got to play hard. Play defensively. And I think we're seeing Knox improve on defensively slightly. He was a liability 2 years ago. I think he was the worst defender in the league by stats. Improved that area, showed a little bit more this time round. It was very limited in minutes and everything, obviously, but I still think that they want to give Knox a chance. They picked up his option. They didn't pick up Frank's option. And to your point, Scott Perry was still here when he drafted Knox, so I think he's going to be a bit more loyal for him. Give him every chance. Give him another year in the last year of his deal. Pair him up with someone else and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, man, yeah, and then that's real talk, and I think I think Scott Perry would do that with. But we know we got the big thing coming up, man. We got the draft coming up, they talking the reports that I hear that the Knicks looking to move up. They're looking to move up and probably get into a better position in the draft. And I do think they have the pieces to do it for as draft position, the lottery picks. They got the picks to do it. That's for sure. No matter if it's three or four of them to get up to a one spot, but they do have it. They do have it to do it. You know what I mean? I think they got that 19, that 21, and 32nd, and a 58. If they wanted it that bad, it might be a team out there like, man, you give me them picks, you can have that, whatever. So I do think they got an opportunity to do that. If they do with some interesting names out there, depending on where they fall at near, and if they're going to be in the top four or below the top four, depending on who they targeted and what I think they're going after, it could be anywhere from I would say four down. I don't think the top four are going to get moved unless you blow somebody away with something. And all them teams that's in that position, I think they want to use that young talent that's coming out of there. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, so that would be I think that would be interesting to see how that pans out. But I guess a couple of names I like out there. CT, man, I love the Davian Mitchell, man. I cannot harp on how much I would love for us to be able to get up in there and get him. I just think he fits what he's to me like a Norman Powell type of dude. You know what I mean? Like you can get a dude like him. And he got that same type of game like Norman Powell, his dog like him. I think that'd be so impressive because I really do believe the right pick coming out of this draft can help us in free agency. Say we hit a home run, we get a guy that can come in and have an impact. Now it changes the game up to me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they're looking to get him or move up to get Book Knight from UConn. Tibbs is from Connecticut, and like you said, I heard the same rumor. The Knicks are definitely trying to move up. Some teams have leaked that out, and it's just a matter of it's supposedly late lottery. So I'm looking at some of the teams where I think maybe you got to look at Warriors. They have pick 7 and pick 14. So if they're happy with their pick at 7, maybe they look, let's move 14. Let's get 19 and 21, and bam, we're in pick 14. Or it could be team like OKC, they have more picks than you can count. And, I think someone like San Antonio, who really confident in their drafting skills, would sacrifice pick 12 to get 19 and 21. That's just what I can see happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in a good place with that for sure. I think we can make the top 10. I think the Knicks literally can get in the top 10. You know what I mean? If you get in the top 10, then I think that bodes well because now you get a player, he's going to be on what, maybe a $6, $7, $8 million contract. That's going to be part of the cap money. But if he can come in here and, like I said, crack the rotation, then it was all worth it. You know what I mean? Because now you got a rookie who you paying $8 million, but the cat cracked the rotation. And now I can understand why they had to do Obi like that. We paying this guy a certain amount of money. He got to put him in rotation. You know what I mean? And this is a business. So I do like Jet for Life saying James Bognite. Yeah, I agree with y'all, man. Him, Davion Mitchell, and a lot of guys like that, man, they on my list, man. I just think we need players who can come in here and make an impact and know how to get down now. And I think Bognite being right there in Connecticut, right close to New York, it won't be like a shock to him. You know what I mean? He will get in here because he's right next door in Connecticut, so he wouldn't have to worry about the New York bright lights, the Madison Square Garden bright lights, the city environment. He already kind of got that in him from playing right close to New York City. Camilio, personally, I'm not interested in trading up for a guy like Trey. I'm fine with 19th. Dutre has skills, but a low ceiling due to his age. Absolutely. Good point, Camilio. Absolutely, man. Y'all keep throwing that up in there and give me y'all thoughts where we can make it happen. We appreciate y'all knowledge. We know y'all are some of the best knowers as well. But yeah, I agree with that as well, man. I think we get in that top 10 and we go get a dude who gonna have an impact, CT. And I just think that between him, I don't know where Moody and all these guys going to fall in the top 10. I like Moses Moody. I really like his game. So, but if we can get in that top 10, man, that'd be interesting for us. I just think it's somebody out there we can grab, though.
Yeah, it's stacked. I think this lower end of the first round, there's a lot of talent that's quite even, where it's the talent's in the eye of the beholder. And we got Walt Perrin, the draft guru on board. We got Scott Perry. We got Wes. we got good evaluators. I'm really confident this time round, you know. And if they're trading up, you know, they really have their eye on someone. We're hearing a lot more news about workouts, you know. To Camilo's point, you know, they brought in Duarte again for a one-on-one workout. So he's the only player they've seen solo. And it's interesting, you know, we know Duarte has been projected around the sort of 20 range, but looks like his stock's going up, which I'm okay with. That means someone else is going to fall. And I'm on the same point as Camilo. I don't want to trade up for Duarte. You know, I still think we can get solid talent at 19 or 21. But if you can get to your point, if you can get a Mitchell or a Book Knight or a Moody, maybe you know, do everything you can to get that 10 spot.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Real quick, BX said Moses Moody around 12 or 16 pick projected. Yeah, that bodes well too. You know, so you got we could be in that range.
Salute
again.
BX.
Yeah, salute to my partner in crime, Bronx Sports Jedi. You know, checking in from afar, man, with the spirit in the building. So salute. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna definitely do that. And another thing that's interesting to me, this kid coming out of Jackson from Kentucky.
Oh, I'm real high on him.
Yeah, that might be Mitchell Robinson's backup.
Yeah, for real. They are interested.
Real talk. Yep. Yeah, man. You know, Kenny Payne already in the building. You know what I mean? So I think well, that'd be crazy. I think that'd be so nice if you could get in that top 10, or if you don't, be able to get that young man and let him play behind, you know, Mitchell Robinson and them cats. Yeah,
Noel's gone.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Can you imagine having two Mitchell Robinson types?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just going to be insane.
On the cheap. You know me with the money situation. On the cheap, CT. And the streets really be buzzing, my brother. We get that thing popping off. What?
Man, it'd be athleticism beyond what the Greek freak has, you know. That's like BX's point, you know, he's a shot blocker demon, and would have two of them.
Absolutely.
So sign me up for that. I think that if my prediction would be if we stay at 19, Jackson's there, they take that, you know, because 21 you could sign another, you know, wing, shot creating wing, but if Jackson's there, you have to take that at 19 because, you know, he might be off the board.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Will's point, you know, some rumors around, you know, Reggie Bullock, you know.
Yep, him and Noel. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get into that in the next segment too as well, Will. I definitely got that on the segment board. You know what? Let me ask you a question. If you think let me say this. Let me read BX's point real quick. He will there possibly at 32 if the Nets don't swoop him at 27. Yeah, and that's what we got to look at. Let me ask you a question. That's a great point, man. So you got to watch that too. You know what I mean? If Jackson is that dude, do you think the Knicks say even if they had to go up higher to get him before somebody else get him, you know, they still in that situation where they can say, you know what, we think we want him at 19, but if we had to make a move at 14 because somebody might be they head through the pipeline, somebody might be trying to get him. You know, that'll be interesting as well, for sure.
Yep. Oh, for real. For real, you know, I can see that happening. I don't know if they'll be interested in moving up that high to get him. Trey Murphy, to Camilo's question, I think Trey Murphy's hot property right now. The Warriors just brought him in again for a second workout, and they have pick 14. So that's telling you they're thinking about pulling the trigger for pick 14. So look, Trey Murphy, I think that's another player they might be wanting to move up for. His stock's going up, but like I said, that means other players are going to fall. So I'm okay either way. You know, I'm Gucci. You know, we get Jackson at 19, or we move up for one of these other wings. You know, I don't think it's going to take too much to move up 5 spots. You know, maybe Kevin Knox, maybe a future second or two. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy.
Yeah, true, absolutely. Yeah, Lee, I agree with you on that. For but I do think the Knicks gonna bring. Only reason I'm big on Jackson, Elton, because I do think the Knicks gonna bring back Todd Gibson. I just think that's a gimme. I think Todd Gibson will be a Knick, and that's why I like the young man, because I think the Knicks will bring back Todd Gibson. You know what I mean? So that kind of, but see, we all got to remember. Let's say the Knicks don't sign Mitchell Robinson next year. You want a young man like that in the pipeline too. You know what I mean? Let's say after this year, Mitchell Robinson walk. You know what I mean? Or the Knicks don't re-sign Mitchell, or he get a better deal. You still want a young man like Mitch on that team. So that's why it's good to have him. So that scenario do come up next year, and the Knicks don't re-sign Mitchell Robinson. He get deal by the trading deadline, in the trade, or before, whatever the case may be. Having a young man like Jackson down there, to me, just replaces Mitch, and you still can get a veteran or another guy, whatever. But I think I love to see him in New York with Kenny Payne and familiarity. He'd be comfortable with them dudes. You know what I mean? So that trade man, Elton Lee, I agree with you. That's interesting as well. That's going to be tough. I got Murphy at 3 and 22. Sharif Cooper at 19.
Yeah, I think Cooper's in play. They've been doing a lot of research on Cooper. Murphy, I think he's gone earlier than 22. I would love him at 22 if he's still there. But Murphy's stock is just skyrocketing, supposedly. He's getting second workouts left, right, and center. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know if I won't be surprised if we don't walk out of the draft with a point guard at all. I think they're just going to go big or wings, and Tibbs loves a veteran point guard in free agency. What do you think about that?
I kind of agree. I think to me, they can get that anytime, anywhere. You know what I mean? I just really believe that because of the situation they're in. You know what I mean? With the amount of picks and capital, the Knicks might just say, you know who might be the Knicks draft rookie point guard? Valdoza. They probably already did their point guard in the draft already. Because how many cats come out of that draft think you think better than Valdoza? To be honest with you. So maybe
none,
I feel like they might not have to go point guard because they already they not draft, they signed. I'm just using that as a reference. They feel like they already drafted their point guard by signing Valdoza. So they might say, you know what, we might not need that right now. They might say that, or they might say we do. Yeah, right. Or they might say they want to get him and groom him coming through. But I do think if they bring back a veteran point guard, I think they're not going to go into the playoffs or trying to go into the season with a point guard starting that point guard for the New York Knicks that's a rookie. I don't think that's going to happen. Not because they going on a bigger run. They trying to do other things. So do they say, you know what, we bring back Derrick Rose, or we bring back one of the other guys everybody talking about, like Sexton, or whoever. The need for that might not be important right now. You know what I mean? They might say we need some shooters, we need some defenders, we need some, so, but I think they still would get one and put them on that bench and say, okay, now you know what? If you can crack this rotation, you can play. And I do like that. So, but do it's urgent? I'm not sure about that. You know what I mean? I agree with you on that sense. They might not have to do that. They might not have to do it, CT.
Yeah, there's so many options in free agency. Even Mike Conley's an option. Some of these other vets, trade for Brogdon. I agree with you. I don't see them, being at 4th seed, playoffs. I don't see Tibbs wanting to go into the season with an inexperienced point guard. Even if we brought Rose back, he'd be the starter ahead of anyone we drafted. I think if we did draft a point guard, Cooper, it'd be to be the backup. And
right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Vildoza's starting for Argentina in the Olympics. So how many players coming out of this draft could be starting in the Olympics? Mm-hmm. So maybe they're already done their backup / rookie point guard. Mm-hmm. And I just think that wings are a premium. Shot creating wings, 2s and 3s. They're going to find the best one, whatever it is, or try and get that big to back up Mitch. And then if contract negotiations aren't going well with Mitch, the deadline, you move him for assets, and then you got Jackson in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's smart business.
Yeah, real quick, man. Abhishek, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but salute to you, man. If I cut it up, it's all a law of respect. I just can't really get it out. Abhishek. But anyway, salute to you for chiming in at the show, man. Everybody in the chat, Will in the building, Jet for Life, Camilio, Elton Lee, salute, man. Everybody in here tonight, man, cutting up with us, man. We appreciate y'all chiming in. Bronx Sports Jedi in the chat tonight. D. Ross, 19 comment in the building. Johnny Timon, Canal, everybody, man. Salute to all you guys checking in tonight. We cutting it up on a Friday night. Me and CT, man. My partner in crime, Bronx Sports Jedi. He on the back scene tonight, man. You see in his spirit though. He in the chat. But real talk, yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Tell your friends, your family, if they love some Knicks. Hop on Knicks Real Talk with us, man, and we get it popping, man. So, salute everybody, man. We got Kevin Woodbridge in the building. I love it, Kevin. I'm with you on that, my brother. I think we will get Kelly Oubre. I just think it's the right move, man. So salute to Kevin in the chat as well. But y'all run them up with the thumbs up, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe for y'all can get this Knicks Real Talk, man, and this heat down here, man. We bring it all the time, having fun with the chat. That's where it's at. Salute to everybody on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Just get it popping, man. We all over the place. And let's get it popping. Yeah, man. I really do like the situation we in with the draft. It's gonna be real interesting what they do, and then in another certain amount of days. But either way it go, I think we come out. We come out good. I think the Knicks got enough intelligence around that organization now. Enough wise guys. But I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be who's gonna be key to all this. Brock Allah. He's gonna be the key to all this. Because he's the one gonna have to be willing dealing the stats, the picks, him, and he's gonna be on draft night. You're gonna see why the Knicks brought that man in here. You're gonna see why they brought him in.
Get that man a coffee.
Yes, sir. He's gonna be like, listen, this for that. 2 seconds, blah 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 blah. He probably move this here. We could get this here. If this person willing to do that there, we do this there. So he gonna be grinding. I think he's gonna be really grinding. And I think him and the cats gonna be sitting down there and just say, you know what, we're gonna get this. The war room gonna get popped off, and just hope we come out with something good. All the Knicks fans and the organization and the fan base will feel good about. And I think we take it from there, man, and we just get it popping. So that's gonna be a nice one, guys. So we're gonna have y'all tune in tonight. We're gonna have the draft show here on Knicks Real Talk. BS Sports Jedi, we're going to connect, through a virtual thing to everybody. Streets of Buffing to be in the building, man. We're going to be up in here. And we're going to see what the Knicks do, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the whole year, CT. I'm excited about trading deadline. I'm at the possible trade scenario, what we could do in a trading scenario and what we could do in a free agency. We got to know the Knicks season is going to be pretty much full press. After that, you got Summer League about to pop off. The training camp comes in. Before you know it, we be back on the grind, man. And, y'all going to make sure Knicks Real Talk, we're going to be up in here, get back to the normal schedule when the season starts, after the game, before the game, all year long. We're just going to be bringing that content, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay afloat, but we can get it for sure.
Yeah. Let me tell everyone, the fun times are just starting. We are hot commodity. We're sitting pretty. We got agents feeding their players to us now. I think this Kelly Oubre thing, man, he's popping up on every Knicks platform. So there's some work being done there. It's no coincidence. And we know what Tibbs got connections, World Wide West got connections, Scott Perry's got connections. I mean, it's about to be real in here. I just can't wait to get this season started, get the draft going, and free agency is going to be hot. We're going to be setting our notifications on. Knicks Real Talk's going to be in here talking about it. And, I just think, this is sort of, last year we shocked the world. This is sort of year one of being real. I think we're really going to see the Knicks, a powerhouse era.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Elton, you know what? I think we're going to be good in that department. I say that because I think people underestimate how people love to play for that man, Tom Thibodeau. The people see that hard side of him. He aggressive, shouting on the sideline. But when you talk to them players, though, they like, yo, this man is really truly a coach. He's a coach. He's a coach, he's a lifer, and, he believes in this stuff, and I think that's why that's why they went 41-21 last year, because of that man right there. The reason why the Knicks went 41-21, fourth in the Eastern Conference, was because of Tom Thibodeau. Them cats believe in that dude. You know what I mean? And and I think everywhere he went, he's established himself. So I think that's going to play a major part. So L. Lee, I'm hoping that's the case. But I think the Knicks organization will make them comfortable. You know what I mean? I think they're in a different place right now. So we'll see. Salute for the love of the game is in the building. Salute to you, man. We see you in there. It's going to be It's gonna be interesting, man. I think we're gonna get it popping. You know what I mean? And Jet for Life, you're right, man. Smash that like button, man. Run them up with the thumbs up. We in here, man. Let's get it popping tonight, Friday night. Knicks Real Talk. You know what I mean? Live. The chat is live. We appreciate everybody. Kevin, Jet for Life, everybody in there, man. Let's keep it moving.
All the regulars are in here.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's a family affair. Y'all already know it's a family affair up in here. But yeah, man, let's talk about this Reggie Bullock and this small forward thing, because the buzz out there with that is Reggie Bullock. They looking to Knicks want to retain him. You know what I mean? They want to retain him. So I think from what I was hearing out there, that, I could see the Knicks bringing him back, but it's a lot of people want him. Like you said, LA want him, Boston want him. You know what I mean? And it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that situation. And I do think I can see Karl Anthony Towns on our radar as well. I agree with you, man. A lot of people don't believe that, Kevin Woodbridge, but
absolutely,
I believe that.
For the love of the game, he's going to jump in.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Man.
That's his guy.
Yeah, right. I'm a call Anthony Towns too. I think him and Julius Randle and another forward would be special over there, man. That's age group wise, talent wise. Him and Randall, they complement each other so well because they both can go inside or outside. So that's why he's 7 foot. We got some height down there who can shoot the three, who can come through the hole, who can rebound. And, on the tip, his defense will get better because it's a team defense thing anyway. So, yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, man. I'm on that bandwagon, brother. I've been on that for a minute. But, yeah, the Reggie Bullock situation, that's going to be interesting because if, it's either him, if they bring him back, that's what made me want to say, in a draft, you go get a wing, a good wing, a nice. But I do think I still wish they could bring him back and sign Oubre. If you can, but that then you losing out on what you can get down the line. You're gonna stick with these guys for the next 2 or 3 years. But I think I think it's either or. I think it's gonna be either or to me. I think it's gonna be either or. I would love to have both of them, but I think much of people might not. Oh man, that's not good. Come on now, God, I'm kind of got a little freezing going on here. Hopefully this thing set back in. So pardon me for the inconvenience. While our face froze on the screen right there, man. But let's see if the video click back in a few.
Yeah, try the video off and then on again.
Yeah,
it pops up.
Okay, yep. Let me see that.
Yeah, Reggie Bullock. He's high character. I'm not surprised they want him back. And we got you.
Yep.
We got some teams interested, but he's a Julius guy. Tibbs loves him. I can see that at the right price. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy, overpay. Maybe the mid-level, I think is what his value is at this point. It wouldn't be the worst thing to draft a wing and have the two just alternate. Have him either back to the bench if the drafted wing rookie, shows out. He's not a disgruntled type player that's going to be upset with that. He's a culture builder basically. Reggie Bullock. We all know his shortcomings. In the playoffs they came home to roost. He can't put the ball on the floor, but he's a great defender. He was guarding Trae Young at some point. He's versatile. And look, the proof is in the pudding. We were 10 games over 500. He's a part of that. You got to give him his credit. We didn't just finish with the record we did without Reggie Bullock's help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he to me he was holding down some of the toughest wings in the league this year at that 3 spot. I mean, think about every night who he ran up against. You can name the top 3s in the league. He had to go against some cats all the time. You know what I mean? They even threw him on some twos. You know what I mean? So his versatility at that 2 and 3 spot, and that's what I love about him. You know, when we talk about 3 and D, he's literally 3 and D. That's what he do, and I think he he earned that, man. So hopefully I would love to bring him back. No question about it. I would love to get somebody who could play in front of him. But I still would love to bring him back. I think if you can get that money spent wisely, and bring him back. And even if, like I said, you do add Kelly Oubre and him, that's a nasty 3.33 right there with them two. I mean, you got defenders on the back and the front end of the right. I agree to do right, and I do think he would be well worth bringing back, and I think Kelly. I like Kelly Oubre. I like the way I like his game. I like what he's been through, the way he's trying to get to. I like the way he want to get better, and all that good stuff. So I think that depending on the contract, though, he might be looking close to $20 million. I don't know if we're gonna really want to shut that out, that they truly believe that this man can be another part to what we're trying to do, and if he can do that, then it might be worth it.
Yeah, I just got my video froze, so I'll come back in.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we hear Ellen Lee say Bullock should be back to stabilize our bench, give him a respectable deal. We can't always try to pay everyone as little as we possible. Absolutely, I agree with you for sure, man. Pay him what he's worth. Elton, I agree with that. Whatever we think he's worth, pay it. You know what I mean? And I think they will. I think they will, unless it's an offer out there they can't match. You know what I mean? They just can't get. They can't. They say, well, you know what? We like the guy, but somebody giving them something that we just can't match right now. You know what I mean? So that it can go that way as well. And then you say, if somebody say we're gonna give him $15 million, do you think it's worth $15 million just for a 3 and D, or somebody who might not put the ball on the floor a lot? Or you might say, we give him $15 million, I'd rather give my man $17 million because he could do way more things. So it's definitely gonna play a factor in whether we keep him or not. Because if you think you can get somebody not only 3 and D for $17 million or $15 million, you might say, you know what, I can get a guy who could do what he do and put the ball on the floor and do this blah blah blah, and they might feel like, you know what, I can't sign him to that level. But if he's willing to say, you know what, I want to be a part of this and I'm willing to take this blah blah blah, long like you said, Elton, we don't lowball him, then you make that happen. You bring the stability, just stability. You know what I mean? So I would like to see him come back, CT, for sure.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I mean, players raved about him, and you gotta respect what he did. He's a hard defender. He plays hard. And you look at what of these other wings are going to command. Kelly Oubre is going to cost 15 mil. 12 to 15 mil. If we have both, it's even better. But if Reggie Bullock's giving you what he's giving you for 9 mil, you can't be mad at that. It's all about just balancing out the rest of the roster. And I think out of Burks and Bullock, I think Bullock's the most likely to come back. Burks is probably going to go, for that payday.
Yeah. Do you think 10 for 3 years, $30 million for Bullock, $10 million a year, team option, or do you do like 12 with a team option in the last year? So if you want to, you can either go 30 for 3 years, or for 2 years you could do what 19, 20 something, but you put an option on one of them in years. I don't think the Knicks have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Because that you need Reggie Bullock there, and you still go get whoever you're going to sign. And then you still, I think now when next year comes, you still got that cap flexibility to do whatever. So we'll see how that's going to roll out. But I do think they got a good chance of bringing them back. But I agree with what my man. I would like for him. And Frank Mantle say hell no to Bullock. And let me say, let's do this here. First, he said Bullock wants to be here. I believe if we offer him 3 years, $27 million with a team option, that's not bad. 8, 16, 20, that's not bad. Like I said, he don't have to be the starter, but he had a defense mindset that's in that 3-point ball, and like I said, next year hopefully he get better. If you think he reached his ceiling and you don't think Reggie Bullock can do nothing else because at his age now, you don't think he's ceilinged out. He is who he's gonna be. then I can understand why Frank might say that, because if that's all we're going to get from Reggie Bullock now, or do we still got a chance to do some things in his later years that'll get him, get him to that another level that can help us even further. So, but I understand why Frank said that. I tell you why, because I go back again to the playoffs when nobody jump shoot was falling, nobody couldn't get to the bucket. Reggie Bullock, he don't have that part in his game on a consistent basis or enough. And then the only one last year was RJ Truly and Derrick Rose, for that matter, who could take that ball and get to the bucket. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of reared its ugly head in the playoffs against Atlanta. I think they caught on to that. So that we had to see about that. Reggie Bullock might have reached his ceiling, but I think he remained at the level for some years. Okay, Will, I can see that as well. I agree with you on that one. I think he's setting that one. Let's get my man Jet for Life in there. He said, I agree with CT. Burks is going to want a bag. I don't see him coming back. Absolutely. I agree with you on that. He's going to get paid somewhere, man. He's going to go. I think he's going to wind up going to a contender because of his skill set.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And look, another one that didn't really show up in the playoffs. So I'm not mad. I'm not matching any deal. And to your point, if LA want to match Bullock for 12 mil, I'm probably not going to match that. I don't want to go over 10 mil for Bullock. Right. I agree with everyone in terms of, we all know he's what he can't do. We know what he can do. We know what he can't do. But don't give him any more than 10 mil. Which is why I think they're looking to draft a wing. Smart business. We have 3 picks. Why not look to to draft your next wing? And Reggie Bullock's going to be 31. He had that spinal injury, neck injury. We don't know if that's going to come home to roost later. You give him a 3-year deal. What happens if that injury comes back? So that's why you have your price point. If they want to go out there, look for other deals. Be my guest. If Boston want to overpay for him, LA want to overpay, I'm good with that. That's why we got Frank, we got KNICKS. We got players that were learning this year. We hope they can take that next step. We hope they sat back, they're hungry, all of that, because their time's going to come. It's time. When a vet wants to get paid, the next guy's got to step up, take that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
That's why to BX point, if we get Trey Murphy, he's ready day one. He's taller than Bullock, he's stronger, he's bigger wingspan. If we're trying to look up and move up to get him, I'm all for it. He can hit the 3 like nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Will, that's an important thing. Will, let me put Will's chat back up on here, man. Will, and that is interesting because 41% from 3 is money. Duncan Robinson is going to want over $20 million for sure, and their defense is not comparable. That is a great point, Will. 100% right on. Everybody know Duncan Robinson defense ain't no Reggie Bullock, and he gonna want, like you said, he gonna want $20 million. So would you give Duncan Robinson $20 million? Don't play D like Reggie Bullock, and Reggie Bullock shooting 41% from 3 is so. Yeah, great point, Will. Absolutely, man. That's. I think that you got to keep that in mind. And I'm on. Hey, Kevin Woodbridge, I'm on it with you, brother. Don't worry about that. That's why I like Kelly Oubre. I think he got, not only that. Look what he played at last year. He played in a great organization with stability, culture, Hall of Famers. Soon to be all stars, all NBA dudes. He played around a good culture last year, man. And I think. His length and his side. That's why I agree with you, CT. If you're going to give Reggie Bullock anything over $10 million, you might as well sign Kelly Oubre because Kelly Oubre could do more, way more than Reggie Bullock. You know what I mean? And so I think you gotta don't make that happen. I would take Kelly Oubre before Reggie Bullock in a heartbeat. To me personally, just because we thin down there when it comes to height. You look at Julius Randle and Taj Gibson, and other than Mitchell Robinson and Noel, and there you go, his toughness. Absolutely, he got a built for the city. That's why I think he like 6'8", almost 6'9". He linky, man. He linky. He go hard though, and he'll come down the middle and throw it on you. He was shooting around 35%, close like something during his upswing in his career. He had a little off beginning for the Golden State Warriors last year, but he pretty came on and whatever came when he hurt his wrist, and I think that kind of set him back. But yes, that dude's built for this. Hey man, if you even sign Kelly Oubre and bring Colin Sexton without giving up Obi, I think the Knicks had a successful, and with the draft picks we grabbed, I think we had a successful offseason. I really do. I think that team would be, man, that'd be a defense juggernaut if you had Colin Sexton, RJ Barrett, Kelly Oubre, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. That defense would be
that's upgrades.
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy, man. You got cats who just go at it because I love Sexton. He's a bulldog. He goes at it. RJ can get there and go at it. Oubre can go at it. Randall and Mitch, come on, man.
And you still have cap space for next season, I think, because we don't forget we got 50 mil in the bank.
Yeah,
so man. I think Sexton's only cost 6 mil. Oubre only cost 15 mil.
Right.
We could bring DeRozan in and Lowry even. But
anybody, man.
There's talks that they want to keep a little bit of the pie for next year. So maybe you're right. Maybe they spend 25, 30 mil, make upgrades, make the picks, keep 20 mil, to absorb a bad contract, or for next season, keep that flexibility. And with that, with Oubre, that'd be crazy defense, We all know,
BS put his number, Kelly's numbers: 15.4, 6 rebounds, what's that? 1.3 assists, PER 13.7. And that was coming off a pretty tough year. Thanks, BX, my brother. Appreciate that. And that was coming off injured wrist year. You know what I mean? So he couldn't really get into his rhythm because he hurt his wrist. So that and he was out for a while. Throw in a Marcus Smart or PJ Tucker. Yeah, I like that too, man. I like them gritty dudes. I like the hard gritty dude. Marcus Smart. Yeah, I think Boston will make him the starting point guard.
Or Jaylen Brown,
Oh my God, bro, that's my man. That's what man. Hey, that go. BS got bullets numbers 10.9. With that 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and PR was 11 point. See, that's what I mean. It's like So we got to think about that, man. We got to think about that.
The thing is with Bullock, free agency happens so quickly that you just don't disrespect them. You say, look, I'm willing to bring you back. We like what you did. Here's 10 mil. Go out and explore other offers. Talk to other teams first. But we want to bring you back. I think he goes out there. I think the Lakers need help in the worst way. Their defense fell apart. So I could see them wanting him back. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not overpaying.
Yeah. Frankfurt to be out of Marcus Smart. That's true. Yeah, I wish he would have went panned out that way. He said, my man Kevin said, how do you guys feel about Kyle Lowry? I don't have no problem with Kyle Lowry if it's only on a couple of years or whatever, because if depending on what, number one, depend on what they asking for. And the reason why I say that, if you get Kyle Lowry, here's the key to that. And the deal is not too crazy with next year. You go in there and get one of them cats in that free agent market and one of the big dogs in free agency in 2022. Now you got that Kyle Lowry there, who's the championship point guard, to go with that dude who you gonna bring in 2022. So and you good, you know what I mean? And you can sign Randall over whatever. So and then when Kyle Lowry's contract is up, then you give it to RJ. So I have no problem with deals like that. Good one, Kevin. I really think he can make a difference because of his, like I said, another bulldog. He can shoot the 3. He get down on the defense. But like I said, I wouldn't do over 2 years. Nothing like that. I mean, 2 years that I do it because I do think him and what we got this year should be able to get us further than you bring in that cat next year with them. To me, might get us where we need to go. I think Kyle Lowry is that because he done been there, he knows the game, and he got the mentality playing New York. So good one, Kevin. I do agree with that, man. But salute to the chat. Everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. The chat is popping off. Elton, we got everybody up here. We got BX in the building, Kevin in the building, man. Everybody, Will in the building. Keep it moving, man. We got Jet for Life, Matt Toes, Camilio, everybody, man. Salute everybody out there, man. D. Roz, Tim Smith. For the love of the game, appreciate you popping in here, man. And BX got the Kyle Kuzma, 12.9, 6 rebounds. You know what, BX, man, that's interesting, man, because I know a lot of people ain't on that, but that kid he's a talented dude, man. I think he got, what he was a victim of this year to me was like when we brought in Mook Morris, brought in all them guys, Kevin Knox became a victim. I think Kyle Kuzma this year, because they brought in Montrezl Harrell, they brought in Drummond, they brought in Schroeder, they brought in a lot of guys. He became a victim of that. I can't get my rhythm like that because now we got too many guys who can get it. So that's interesting. BX. Kyle Kuzma is a talented dude, man. I remember before the year before LeBron, when that cat with him and LeBron Ball and England, them dudes was nice, man. I used to love to see them cats play. I ain't gonna front, them boys was nice. So he's another guy got something to prove. You know what I mean? He was saying something that I was listening. As I was reading that today, he talking about he compared himself to something like a Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? And if you think you Jason Tatum, then you really, really just think you got game. So, and Jason Tatum got game. So if Kyle Kuzma feel that way, that's good to have confidence about your game like that. I like his size. I think the kid is like 6'8". He linky. I don't, he done played him. He played with the best. He played with LeBron, AD. Before that, he played with cats who can get down. So he was, and the Lakers gave him attention. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a part of that championship DNA, because I think they're going to go out there and try to get the DeRozans of the world or whoever the case may be, some cats who can bring it home. So, but for a small forward like him, at 12, he's a pretty decent ball player. I ain't going to even throw no shade at him. I think he got game. He can shoot the three. He can cut. He can get to the hole. He got a lot of little size. So, that'd be interesting. BX with the BX just do up in there. Kyle Lowry, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, 3.81 foul tech, and 36% from 3-point. He above league average there. You know what I mean? So that's another. I like his mentality. CT. So I don't have a problem with that. What do you think about Kyle Lowry?
Yeah, sign me up for 2 years, big upgrade. I think Tibbs would love that. And I think Tibbs's preferred off-season might be Lowry and Norm Powell. Norman Powell, very versatile, plays the 2 and 3, defends hard. Those two boys go back since Toronto. And I could see that being in play, if Tibbs has his decision, But like Lowry, he plays D. I want to keep things tight, keep things short, 2 years. We don't really know what direction we're at yet with Randall. And so keeping things with Sexton or Lowry 2 years, on the clock is better for me than paying Lonzo 5 years,
Right, absolutely. Yeah, Will, I agree with you, Kevin Woodbridge. I'm excited about that as well, man. I really love what's going on with the Knicks organization right now and what they're doing. It got me excited as well, man. So I agree with you 100% with that. And Will, what are we paying Lowry for 2 years? Will, I'm looking in the range of probably 20. I'm not trying to throw out no max or nothing, but if you want to do 22 years, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with 20. He worth that. He's getting 31 now. He's 31, 30-something thousand now. 30-something million, excuse me. I wish anybody get on 30-something thousand. But yeah, so I could see 2 years, 40 million. You know what I mean? And that, I'm fine with that. I really am, because that, like I said, he played this year, and then when we get that free agent next year, he played with them that year, and then then that 20 million come out the books, and now we talking about RJ. You know what I mean? So I just think it fits well if we're going to extend RJ. You're going to have to max out Randall, whatever you're going to do, but I think Kyle Lowry money could become RJ's money. You know what I mean? And some of that nature, and we still be in good shape. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be real interesting to see, man. I have no problem with that neither. Norman Powell. You know what I like about the Norman Powell thing? Appreciate it, BX. 18 points a game, 3-point rebound, 1.9 assists. Can you imagine Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell at the 1 and 2? Then you move RJ to the 3. You know, and so now, Kyle Lowry, Norman Powell, RJ, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah,
that's
that'd
nice
be Bulldogs.
Ooh, yeah. That's a nice team.
Lowry and Powell, they get after it defensively.
Absolutely.
You know, big upgrades. You know, Tibbs would love that. You know, he was pushing us to get Powell at the deadline, but we had to give up just too much, and we didn't do it. You know, he's a free agent now, so
which makes more sense. What makes more sense to get and wait to get him without having to relinquish too many players or whatever. I'm with you, Will. I don't know if I'm doing a 25, man. No, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I had to think about that. You know what I mean? But I definitely do 20 for sure. Because like I said, you know, that would be I would do for sure.
My final offer would be Kevin 2 for 45.
Yeah, yep. Kevin, I know Peyton won't be back. I don't think he's coming back. Frank and Knox is a possibility. That I would say a possibility on that one. Kevin, I think Scott Perry might just ride him out, or maybe unless it's something come up and they know we got to trade him, because what we getting is just too. But I don't think they would like just trade him for picks and nothing. I think they just let him stay. You know what I mean? I don't think they would trade him for a second round pick and stuff like that. I don't think so. If that's the case, you just keep him here. You know, and we got a lot of picks as it is. All these players they're gonna be playing on the Knicks sooner or later. So yeah, but Norman Powell, no, most definitely. I'd rather have Oubre than Powell. Jet for life. I make sense with that height, man. His skill set, honest, you know. So I think we can. I think that's why I like Davion Mitchell, because Davion Mitchell is to me a Norman Powell. You know what I mean? If you can get that cat in the draft and then got to spend that crazy money, and you can put it in a different position, you got to look at that route too. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win no matter what, man. Yo, salute to the chat, salute to everybody out there, man. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Knicks Real Talk, The Night Show, Divine, Bronx Jedi's on hiatus right now, but he's in the back throwing all of the information out there. So he's still on the job. Mm-hmm. He's still working. He's just working behind the scenes tonight. But he's giving us all the information we need. So we appreciate you, my brother. And we got on the streets of Butler, you know, he's in the building, man. He's family. To me, he's part of this show. That's how I know. You know what I mean? So you know the love there, man. We in here with the chat. Everybody, we just cutting it up on a Friday night, man, and I hope everybody doing well. They chilling and hanging out with us. We get into it, man. Hit them likes, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Get your people involved. We gonna be here. We ain't going nowhere. We want this thing to get it popping, so you always got a home to come to when we talking Knicks, and that's what to do, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, and yeah, man. What off season to be in? What off season to be in? A lot of things going down. The draft about to pop off. So we gotta stay ready for that. You know, and then we get back to that, man. But I think it's gonna be fun in the next 3-4 months, man. It's gonna be really interesting. Like we said earlier, man. No, salute to Scott Perry, well deserved. I think that was a good deal. I'm cool with that, man. But it's gonna be on fire, man. You know, it's gonna be on fire for a minute. You know what I mean? And let me throw my man in there. Y'all know my screen freezing, so bear with me. Unless we are getting the top 5 player this year, have to be focused on continuing to build. LA, Golden State, Brooklyn, and will be going for their last championship run. And after this year, we can have 6-year run. I agree with you, Elton. I hope that be the case, man. You know what I mean? And that's for sure.
Yeah, we're poised, you know. A lot of teams' run coming to an end.
D-Rod saying, what is this Twitter you speak of? No, I just throwing it out there, D-Rod. I always put the stream out on Twitter, so just in case people there wanted to get the information and chime in, if you know, so Twitter just another platform everybody be jumping on. You already know what it is. BX allowed the ball 14.6 per game, 4 assists. 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He's shooting 56%, 35% from 3. Foul tech for that's not good. That foul tech, that's pretty tough to deal with. That's crazy. Wow, that's like Shaq and Richard Robinson when they first started. Salute, Scott Cantor. We see you, my brother. Salute. DeRozan, I don't have a problem with his offense game. All depends what he want. I like guys can get it now. He can get it. It all depends what he want, Scott. I'm not sure what he gonna want. I think he might want to go to LA because he's from Compton. You know what I mean? Came up in Compton, man, grew up there. He might want to go play with LeBron and them, be home, close to home, and try to get that ring. I can see that popping off. He said Camilio. He said Lonzo got to get that free throw percentage up. Yeah, he do, man. That's pretty tough to deal with. That the case, they just gonna foul him every time he goes to the line. And I do want to see him get his penetration game going a little more as well. I like to see him break down off the dribble and get in that lane some, man. I know his fast break game is his eye vision, his court vision is ridiculous. That's top notch of the game. But that getting to that lane off the dribble, that's what I want to see because we need guys who can get in that paint. We need the R.J. Barretts and the Derrick Roses and the Quickleys of the world. The cats can get in that lane, man. And I think that when you paying the money for these guys like that, me personally, they gotta be multidimensional. You can't give $20 million to a guy who only thing he do is knock down threes. No, man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? You gotta spend that money on cats who can get an inside, outside, upside, or downside, hitting you from every angle, aka method man. You got to get guys who can get you from every angle, can get it where you want to get it. El Lee was thinking about Clippers. DeRozan is going to the Clippers. Okay, still close to home. He there. That'd be nice for them. Him, Paul George, and Kawhi. That's nice. That's nice. And they bring back Reggie Jackson, and hope that's pretty nice. I like the way that go down there for sure. For the right price, in my opinion.
This talk Kawhi might not be around. The Mavs, Knicks, and Heat.
Man, and let me tell you something. I would love to have Kawhi down here, man. My only gripe with that is them injuries, man. That's it.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's a risk, man.
It's just a big risk for me, man. And in 42 games he get hurt. I hope it don't be the case. I hope that's not the case, man. I hope the cat can get that big chino. Absolutely, brother. You already know what it is. Upside, downside, hitting you from every angle. We need cats like that. We know we got enough Reggie Bucks to just shoot the three and that's it. Nah, bro. We need cats who can put that ball on the floor and get down. You know what I mean? Big Chino, salute to you, man. Thank you for chiming in. We got Big Chino in the chat. Big Chino, you already know what it is, man. Like and hit that subscribe button, man. Be a part of this thing, man. It's all good. BS Jedi, he been harping on it for a minute. Spencer Dinwiddie before the injury, 20 points a game, 3 assists, 78% foul tech, 4 rebounds, 30% from 3. He got to get that up.
Yeah,
he got to get 30%. That's under league average.
I don't think he'll be back with Brooklyn.
Yeah, right. He had the 30% and Frank shoot 44. I'm just saying that the rest of the chat. Yeah, man, but yeah, man, that he good though, but man, he got to get that 3. He probably will on the tip. I think what everybody doing on the tip though. Everybody getting their shots up, man. That's why I'm excited about these guys that we could bring here because Randall getting better than 3. Everybody, the Knicks was shooting like 4, but 4 league best in the top 3 or 4 this year. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yeah, slasher. Shooting's not really Dinwiddie's game, but we know Tibbs loves a guard that gets to the hole and puts pressure on that D, collapse and kick it out to the shooters.
Yep,
but with Kawhi, man, like he'd be 32, 31 when he's finally back. He's probably going to miss all of next season. Again, look, if he signs as a free agent, you're not really losing anything. But yeah, it's interesting. This rumor is starting to swirl because I don't think he's happy with the Clippers. Medical staff, all these issues all over again. Falling short. I can see him, latching on to Dallas. Luka, trying to do something out there. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think him and Luka be crazy. Oh my God, good God Almighty. Yeah, but that's Luka down to go. That'd be crazy. I'd be crazy. Hey, for the love of the game, man. I'm with that Isaiah thing. I seen that, man. The Isaiah Jackson thing. I hope the Knicks get that young man for real.
Yep. We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that, man, early in the podcast. Real talk, that young man gonna be. He could be when Rich gone, he can come in here and be time that thing get popping.
yeah.
He be ready. He be ready. Yeah, he be ready. I think he gonna get him in the draft. I would love to see him get him in the draft, man. I think it'd be special.
That's a no lose situation. You move Mitch at the deadline, or Isaiah
mhm.
comes in, be's your next center or backup. We got 3 picks, so we need one big. We know Noel. I'm not ready to pay Noel.
Right.
In regards to the point guard, Z, I think we'll sign one with free agency. I don't think we'll touch a point guard in the draft. It'll be wings or bigs.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I think Valdoza was our draft pick, even though he's a free agent. I'm just saying hypothetically. I think we passed on a point guard just because we got Valdoza, and I don't think there's a point guard in that draft right now is ready as much as Valdoza is. And I think that might be what the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau don't, unless they still can get a point guard. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he would be the main pick. Put it like that. He won't be that main pick. You know what I mean? I think he's not going to play right off the back in a typical system that's going for the playoffs. I think they bypass that. And don't get me wrong, not only that happened and I agree with Kevin to this point, having quickly there, he can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a developer.
Yep,
He came
absolutely.
on strong.
Yep,
He's
yep.
going to be average at best.
Mm.
I'll draft Cooper, Trey Mann, if they're there. They need a point guard. Yeah, they definitely need a point guard. I just think they'll address that in free agency.
Right.
Tibbs wants someone who's going to run the team that's established. They do draft a point guard. It'll be the backup for at least a year or two. I think Tibbs is going to be pushing hard for Lowry, pushing hard for Norm Powell, and or Sexton. I don't think Tibbs is a Lonzo dude, but yeah, I think this Sexton deal. We're being the most aggressive.
Mm.
We know Divine. You're a Sexton fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think you know what? I think we got to look at the landscape of what's going on in the NBA too. Look at the last couple of championships, dominated by big men.
Yeah, 4 picks in cap space. Yeah.
Last year, LeBron and AD. This year, Giannis and them cats. Don't get me wrong, I'm not underestimating the value of a point guard. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about priority-wise. I think we get that in the Sexton, maybe the Sexton deal. You don't get me wrong, because if you draft Colin Sexton and you sign him, what's the purpose of these point guards? Unless they're going to pay back up to Sexton for the next 5 years. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to give Sexton a max and then expect these cats that we talk about in the draft to come in and take his job. That ain't going to happen. So if they trade for Sexton, point guard would not be a priority in that draft, because then they can go say, okay, we can give Derrick Rose a contract behind Sexton. You know what I mean? Bring a veteran back in here who's going to help establish the culture, which is Derrick Rose. Say they bring Derrick Rose back, Sexton started. They bring it back Derrick Rose. You got Valdoza. It's kind of hard when you're going for the playoffs, when you're going for that second, third, that you're trying to get to another level. Then, I think you think of, like I always say, man, we got a lot of young guys on the team already. We got a lot of guys, so we got to keep that in mind. I think he is a stud, and I think he's it. I agree with you guys. I think if they can get him, they probably would. You know what I mean? And I'm not, so I don't want to get into the thing about because for the love of the game, I think you're missing the point. What I said, I know how valuable a point guard is, so I don't want to start saying that we wrong about point guard. What I'm saying. So when you throw the chats in, make sure you understand what I said before you throw a chat. The Bucks had an all-star point guard. Like I said, the point guard is very important. But for the Knicks, if they get Colin Sexton, I think that becomes minute to a degree, because now they can go get wings and shooters, which they need.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all I'm saying when it comes to that part. So but we'll see, man. We'll see how that thing go with that, man. We in a good place to do it. You know what I mean? I think we're in a good place to do it. And we just got to wait and see what the Knicks going to do, because no matter what we think is what they're going to do. You know what I mean? We only throwing out scenarios. I think it's some good scenarios. Like Elton say, Sexton, Luka, Rose, and quickly would be enough. I mean, how much – if you guys think that these guys are going to come in there and take these guys' spots and lead the Knicks to the playoff land, and I haven't seen too many rookie point guards to do that coming out their rookie season. It's only so many few in NBA history can do that. We are a team that's built to go to the playoffs. Tom Thibodeau want veteran guys who can hold their own under pressure, been in the game, know how to handle these big dudes and these guys in the NBA already. I'm not sleeping on the talent that's coming out of there. I think a lot of them ready for Broadway, but that don't mean they're ready to run the Knicks front starting team. You know what I mean? You got to take that in consideration. You know what I mean? Because what they doing in college don't necessarily going to translate to the pros. You know what I mean? They could do it, but you think what they doing against them young boys in college, they going to do that against these grown men in the NBA in their first year? It's only so many people could do that. Not everybody could do that. So I know these guys are talented, but from the Knicks perspective, the Knicks are trying to go get them a championship in the next 3, 4, 5 years. So I think right now, do you think a point guard in the draft can handle that as far as the Knicks making him a priority compared to other positions? That's what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? I see team. I just think that we a playoff bound team. Drew Holiday is not a rookie. Trae Young is not a rookie. You know what I mean? Kyrie Irving is not a rookie. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Let's real talk. So yeah, you can get one of them guys to come in and play for the Knicks, but I don't think they're going to be no starting point guard on a team with aspirations of going to the playoffs. And that's real talk.
Yeah,
right there. Real.
Like they could take Cooper, and I'd be happy with that. But I don't think it'd be to be the starter. They still would sign another free agent or another player. And I wouldn't sleep on a name to look out for is Jalen Brunson from Dallas, because he could be cheap. 15 mil, something around there. Leon Rose is ties to his family. His brothers with Rick Brunson, his father, who's from New York and who was on the Knicks staff and who may be on the Knicks staff in the future. So, there's some real connection there. So keep an eye out for that name,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Jalen Brunson, man. His dad played for the Knicks, Rick Brunson. He worked with Tibbs with and along the way, man. So yeah, I have no problem with Jalen Brunson as a pickup neither. He depending on what he's going to get a free agency, but I like his game too. I like his game. I'm just so we only want Luka to give us 10 minutes. I mean, I just think people are underestimating that dude, bro. I really do. I think they underestimate with that kid. I think he can come and give us just what Pablo could do with doing for Denver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luka, I think they underestimate how nice that guy game, because they seen a couple of games and FIBA, that ain't nothing.
No, don't use that to evaluate, because it's different rules, shorter court. The dude hasn't played in months. It's been his first few professional games in months. So now the NBA is a different game. The court's more wide open, more spread out. The dude got handles like Kyrie. The dude got range like Dame. No, don't use these exhibitions to judge Luka. He'll be much better in the NBA game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I try to do. I try to look at what they could do, not what they're doing in the moment, because everybody don't have a good moment. You know what I mean? You could be in a slump for 20 games. You know what I mean? That don't mean you ain't got game though. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't think people should be underestimating what Luka Valdoza could do with a basketball. I seen that cat pass. His vision is like Lonzo's. You know what I mean? He got vision like that. He got handles. He can pull up. He got a pull-up three. He got a step back three, and he can shoot it off the dribble three. And he get to the paint. He playing in the league where they playing against more competition than college. You know what I mean? He playing against pros. I think we should not underestimate Luka Valdoza by no means. Don't sleep on that dude. I'm telling y'all. And like if he give us what Capaldo was giving us, then I think that's legit.
That's gravy. And Divine, what salary is Vildoza on if he pans out?
Right. You got
1 point something mil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a middle rock.
You're talking about a steal.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, if that cat's real, that gives us money to spend, and
Yeah.
the dude's contract's not even guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. You know what I go by? People who like Pablo Pugioni, who know his game. People like his coach said the Knicks gonna love this guy. You know, you have to go by the people who've been around and watch him play, seen how he get down every day. Because we just starting to catch on to him because we heard, you know, except for guys who follow. I'm gonna get me wrong. Maybe a lot of guys follow the international game. I don't. You know what I mean? But when we heard about him, we went and did the tape. We did the study. Man, I think he's gonna be there for the Knicks, bro. I just can feel that. I agree with you, L. Lee. Trey Man is nice, man. Gary Harris to be available. It's gonna be interesting, man. I like Gary Harris' defense. He's another defense stopper. So we really have to see what's going to pop off for the next couple of weeks, man. But we in a good spot no matter what, CT, and that's for sure. The Knicks in a good spot. I think we're gonna do well. I think we're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna get it popping this year.
Yeah, if here's a question for everyone in the chat, you know, if the Knicks trade up, which, you know, we're hearing that they're trying to do, which player do you think is on their radar?
Yep.
Because I don't think they're going to make 1921. I think all these swirls are saying they're moving up, which they need to package the picks. So I don't know if we're bringing back two first rounders. You know, maybe we'll get some more second rounders, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, and I think a lot of Knicks fans got to understand also, dude. We got a lot of draft picks. All these guys is not coming to the Knicks. I'm talking about in the next 7 years, and 4 years. And you think every year we draft somebody in the next 7 years they're gonna be playing for the Knicks? I don't think so. You will have it. I think you're gonna keep the ones who are gonna be part of the future. But you know, we got almost 7 first-round picks in the next 4 years. We got a plethora of 20 second-round picks. So we already got 5 or 6 young guys. Let's count the guys we bring in this year. Now we got a half a team of all young guys with all them young guys coming down the pipeline. I don't see the Knicks keeping all that. I think a lot of them. I think them, like, you look at the Dallas picks, and even this year's Clipper. You never know, the Knicks might move them picks, and they still got their own picks. You know what I mean? They're not gonna fill this team up in the next 2 or 3 championship. That is not gonna happen. So I think we gotta look in to see what scenario they might do in that aspect, fellas, ladies and gents, because we got a lot of draft picks and we got young guys already. So if we go in this year and gets a couple of more young guys, when do we say, you know what? We're gonna have to get this thing to a championship level where we can't go in there with the roster with 17-man roster, 15-man roster, and half of the roster is young. I don't think you get to the promised land like that. You know what I mean? I think it showed up. I think it showed up for Phoenix. Nice as Devin Booker is, DeAndre. They still young to me. You know what I mean? DeAndre Ayton, nice as he is, look, he's still young. He ain't over 5 years. You know what I mean? So you see why, see what happened to them. You know what I mean? They lost 4 games in a row. Think about it. Phoenix lost 4 games in a row. And like the Miles Bridges, all them guys are good talent, but they still young. And the experience of Milwaukee overcame that with Giannis. You know what I mean? And I think they had Devin Booker, they had Giannis. That's a wash. Chris Paul, Chris Middleton had a better series. That's a wash. Now you look at the other veterans they had that played. Bobby Portis. He outplayed a lot of their guys. He outplayed Drake Crowder and them guys, his experience. So I think that's important for the Knicks when we look at this draft situation coming up, guys. That's why I wanted to just bring that to your attention, because we got a lot of draft picks. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot. And to Will's point, if, let's say, Dallas was really bad, Luka left, 2023 pick is top 10 protected, unfortunately. So the pick we have this year for Dallas is unprotected, but the second pick we got was protected. So if Dallas is really bad, finishes in the top 10, unfortunately we won't get the pick. But so we probably kind of hope Luka stays there. So we end up, getting a pick outside the top 10.
Yep. In any case scenario, that's possible. They might move. That's why I said they might move them picks. They might say we might move them. You know what I mean? That's what another thing that's so crazy. Could you imagine somebody in this year's draft said, listen, we'll give you, say if it's a guy that you truly think was special for the Knicks, would you give one of them Dallas picks with some picks in this draft? I'm just asking you guys. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm asking you guys on your opinion. You got 2 picks this year, and if they willing to take, let's say, the Dallas 2023 for somebody in that top 10, would you do it? If it's the player you want, if you play you really want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would
like
do
I
that.
said, there's only so many roster spots. We need the best available talent. We already have RJ, Mitch, Quickly, Obi, Frank, and Knox. They may or may not be here, but 4 youngsters is already enough. And Quickly and RJ and Obi, they've shown enough to be worth putting investment in and keeping around. So you don't really want to add 3 or 4 more new young players to that. There's no point to that. We need to surround these youngsters with vets, keep building up. The time is nigh because, we had Atlanta coming. They made the Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron is on his last legs. Brooklyn's about to crumble. We're better than Boston and better than Miami now. The time to strike is right now, which is why I wouldn't be mad at a Damian Lillard trade.
Yep. Yeah, because eventually we're gonna have to get there. I like the Frank Mato. I agree to Knox and both first rounders for Sexton. I gotta do that. I do that. Ain't nothing. Yeah. See, that's what I mean, man. It's interesting to see how people thinking about this stuff because no matter how we may feel about certain things, we do got to look at the economic part of it. We got to look at the future part of it. We got to look at they thinking a year down the line, 10 years down the line. It's not really about now. I think the Knicks organization, like, listen, Scott Perry and them guys probably say, okay, once this is over, what happens after that? You know what I mean? So I think that's where the stability coming at. When we start thinking about what happens after this run here, once we spend this free agent money up, what do we do now? Where are we going to be in the next 2-3 years? And what I do like about it, and that's why I think people need to understand, let's say the Knicks go for it. They keep drafting right, which they doing. They drafting right, but they go for it. But in 2 or 3 years, if you don't get it or not, you get all that money back. You know what I mean? You get it back. So that you say, okay, the contracts expire. We're not going to resign, or we're going to trade them to a contender. So see, I think the Knicks are in so much of a good of a spot. I think we underestimate how good of a spot they're in because if you, like you say, you do give Kyle Lowry 2 years or you give this guy 2 years, and that contract the next year becomes an expiring contract. You're not really losing nothing by doing it because Kyle Lowry next year might say if he came to the Knicks, but next year he don't pan out to a degree, and Philly might want him. He close to home. He can help a contender. Also, I don't think we should be scared to go out there and spend money because scared money don't make no money. We already know that. You know what I mean? You got to be in it to win it, man. You know what I mean? I think we doing it the right way. We got young talent. We playing young talent. It ain't like we resting on our laurels and we not playing a young talent. Obi playing, Quickly playing. You know what I mean? RJ playing. People forget RJ. This is going to be his 3rd year. He's still young. So we got young talent down there, and we bring in a couple of more pieces. And a couple of more young ones. I think if you bring in a couple of more young guys, D. Ross, I agree with you. We need some stash picks. You know what I mean? So we got to make it happen, man. It's time for the Knicks to go ahead and get to that 2nd, 3rd round. I mean, what do Knicks fans want next year? Let me ask you guys, what do you guys want to be? Or where do you see our Knicks team being next year? What are your hopes and aspirations of our Knicks team next year? Throw that in the chat. Let me know what y'all thinking. Because I'm looking at least, depending on what they do, at least 3rd round, 2nd, 3rd, or fight for that 3rd round. I still think we could be in that position depending on what we do. And I just think that with all these other teams getting better, we got to make sure we're ready. And we got to make sure we're ready. The tanking thing is over. So, yeah, man. Yeah. The chat, man. For real.
It's a brand new season, Other teams are going to improve. So we need to make the right moves, keep adding to the current talent we have. Let these dudes develop. I feel really good about our 3 young cornerstones, and let's keep building with that. And Daraz brought up a good point. We need some stash picks. Another reason I'm not mad if we package all our picks in a trade or to move up is that there's always these unsigned or undrafted talent that you can just sign straight as the draft ends. Bring them into training camp. See who you got there. So it's not always about just drafting players and hoping they pan out. There's so many different options. Every year there's undrafted talent that cracks the rotation.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you, Will. Will said, I want to see next year a real reason to think that we can win it all in 2023 and after. I agree with you. This year coming up, it should be a big test for our organization, Will. I think that you know what, to be able to go take another step. Oh, I think you just want to take steps. We went to the first round. Let's get to the second, maybe the third, and then somebody's gonna be like, you know what? I might be the piece to get the Knicks over the top. I'm going down there in 2022. That's why this year's got to be big for us. We got to go in there. We must win 50 games to be a top 3 next year. We need a veteran point guard to make that happen. I agree with you 100%, Elton. I agree with you 100%. Somebody who's been in the game and know the rigor mortis and ins and out of the NBA, know what guys' tendencies are. Because you asking these young guys to come in here, they don't know how Kyle Lowry move left to right. They don't know how Emmanuel quickly move left or whatever. They don't know these guys that's already here, and it becomes a learning curve for them. Unless they just straight talented, then I can understand it. But it's still going to be hard because you ask the guy to come out of college, and guard Kyrie Irving and know what Kyrie Irving do on the in and out every night. You asking a guy in college to come in the NBA and guard Damian Lillard and know that he can stop Damian Lillard. That ain't gonna happen. Let's be real. You gotta make sure you got guys who know these guys already. They've been around. They know how Damian Lillard move. They know how Lonzo move. They know how Trae Young move. You ain't gonna get one of these young guys in there coming in here think they gonna know the tendencies of these guys who've been here, who's been in the playoffs already, looking to win a championship. It's all right to draft one, but he can't. I don't think he's gonna be the starting point guard for the Knicks. So that's the case. Get one. Even if he's a backup to somebody or whatever the case, unless he go in there and he ball out on them cats and he ain't got no choice. But I don't foresee that. I don't foresee that. So we got to really hope these guys come in here, man. You just want to be part of the team. You know what I mean? You just want to be part of the team. You want they want to get better. And like I said, this is a grown man league in here, man. It's only so many guys coming to NBA in their first year and put in work. That's not a lot of people. You know what I mean? There's only so many of them guys that come in here and do that. You got guys who've been drafted in the top 14, they do pan out. Look how long Lonzo to get the way he had. He was the number 2, right? Number 1 and number 2. Look, Lonzo just starting to get his footing. You know what I mean? Just starting to get his footing. Look at guys like Josh Jackson down in Detroit, who you thought these cats was going to be special. They got in the NBA and could not handle it. They could not handle it. Now you ask them to come to Broadway, Madison Square Garden, with the bright lights, the fan base, the tabloids, all the distractions, and come in here in the NBA and run the Knicks point guard situation from day one. Nah, I don't see nobody in that draft. I think Shrugs and them got a chance. That's tough, man. That's tough. It really is. Who
do you guys think is going to make the biggest leap? Because this year was Julius. I feel real good about our young players. It's a first full off season with summer league, with some of the players playing for their teams in the Olympics. We got a full training camp this time round. If you had to pick one player, who do you think is going to make the biggest leap?
If he's still here, I'm gonna go out and let him say Obi Toppin. I'm gonna say Obi Toppin. And for me personally, I think Obi Toppin, his skill, man, the kid. And listen, regardless of what you want to say about him, college or whatever, the man can get down. And it's a learning curve for him to come into the NBA behind Julius Randle. But to make a long story short, I think you're gonna see a real. I think he's gonna go from probably his 4 points a game to maybe 11, 12 a game. I really believe he can do that because he's that talented. So,
I agree. That's a smart pick, The man was college player of the year, best player on his team. I like how he started to pop the three in the playoffs, that 3-point game is just going to unlock his game, incredibly. He's got the back to the basket, he's got good handles. If he gets the minutes, I think he would have made an all-rookie team this year if Julius wasn't on the team, If he was the starting four, he would have made an all-rookie team. It just took him a while to just get used to the environment,
Right.
And that injury set him back.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be anyone. If it was quickly, I wouldn't be surprised if KNICKS made a big jump, 1 year with Tibbs under his belt. Some of these players, it just clicks for them. Don't forget they're lottery talent. They might look like scrubs now, but they were drafted because they were lottery talent. Kevin Knox could still turn it around and click. He's 22 years old. He's got a jump shot. Smooth. It just has to start playing defense.
Yep. Yeah, I think quickly gonna take that step too. And that's another thing, guys. We got to be careful how good he might be next year. That's why we keep talking about all these point guards. I mean, I know we hear a lot of stuff. The Knicks interested in this, interested in that. I know we hear it in the papers, but you got to look at the Knicks situation. Emmanuel quickly can easily be a Knick point guard because he people might think he's a two because that's what he played a lot last year, but the man grew up being a point guard. So you never know. I think we got enough combo situation there, whereas, we talk about Derrick Rose. Just hypothetically, you talk about Colin Sexton, Derrick Rose, Valdoza, Emmanuel quickly. So now, you bring in that young point guard, the groom back there, or that other shooting guard, the groom. He gonna be on the bench like Kevin Knox and them. Unless he in the top 10, then he gonna play. So depending on who we draft in the first round, if they're gonna be in the top 10, I think they get burned. But I think we got to be careful, and I do think Obi and quickly got a lot to prove. I think they're gonna prove a lot this year. From my perspective.
I'm so hyped to see them in summer league as well. I think they're going to dominate. Can you imagine Luka Vildoza, quickly Toppin, and maybe even a Knox in summer league? Man, that's going to be insane. Right. And whoever we draft as well. Man, I'd get out to Vegas if I could. That thing would be hot.
Yep. I think Will said he think he feel like it's going to be Obi. Leon will sacrifice Obi to show everyone this is not personal and get it better fit. I agree with you on that, Will. I can see that, Will. It's business, it ain't unpersonal. I agree with you 100%. It's business, it ain't unpersonal. So that's a possibility. That's why I said it's interesting to see how they're gonna go about this thing, man, because it really is Mike Luger said let's playing devil's advocate. Playing devil's advocate. I love my Knicks, but Obi put up 4-point footwork on reminds me of Stat. I can see that 100%, Mike Luger. I understand why you feel that way. It's hard. It's hard, man, because it's that's why like I said with Scott Perry, he got the opportunity because I don't know. Let's listen. Is any guys out there you think that wasn't good in the first year but came back in the second year had a better year? Because think about this here. Even though it's a different scenario, the Knox best year was his rookie year, and he went backwards. You know what I mean? So is it possible that he can have a not so decent? Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. Do you think that it's possible? Obi Toppin not only had a 4-point rookie year, but he might can go in the off season, being around the select team and being around more guys, getting to put work in. Because you got to remember, guys, last year they couldn't put in no work. Obi got drafted in one of the worst years. Pandemic. Short disc, no summer league. That goes for all of them, not just Obi Toppin, all of them, every rookie. It was a tough year for rookies last year, man, because of the pandemic and the COVID situation, and everything was they couldn't get in a facility, they couldn't do this. So that's why I want to see him get a fair shot this year to see if now he got a whole off season to work out. Obi Toppin, like I said, he's been playing with the select team. Now he'd be back in the Knicks training camp. So I think we got to see how they might pan out this year with him. But if not, if he got to go, I get it too. You know what I mean? Ain't like you say, nobody, he's replaceable. So I get you, Mike Lugo, on that one for sure, my brother. What do you think about the Obi thing, man? Do you think the Knicks should be CT, give him another opportunity? Not give him an opportunity, but see what he could do. See what he could do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every player drafted that high deserves at least a second year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his first year didn't really pan out the way we hoped, but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't really a fail year either. It was Julius became an all NBA, all star, took us to where we needed to go. Obi, took it as a learning opportunity, was humbled. I think it's a lot to be said about these hometown kids, he doesn't want to just succeed as a player. He wants to succeed for his hometown. There's a lot of passion in that. You know, guys like John Starks, all that. I know he wasn't from New York, but he played with that pride. You know, that's why I'm hesitant to move on from Obi. He has it with quickly. They want to get better. They want to be stars here. They want to help this team. I was more disappointed we didn't try different looks. Play Obi at the 5 a bit more. He's got that reach. He's got that length. That can give Atlanta problems in the playoffs. We didn't go to that enough. I would have put Noel to the bench, rolled out a small ball lineup in Game 5, and just try to put up points. Just rock out with that. We saw those other looks. It wasn't working for us. Noel couldn't hang with Capella. He couldn't score. He was too slow. Was banged up. Obi was young legs. Let the kid rock out. And there was a lot of games Obi was playing real well, and due to normal rotations, he went to the bench. But I think Obi's ready to burst out. That 3-point shot. I hope he's working on that. Shoots the corner 3 well. Great handles. I mean, even in a Sexton deal, I'll try to keep him out of that deal. But I just want to see another second year with Obi, because again, look, no one expected Julius to have the season he did. Now we're all expecting him to have the exact same season again. Let's say he goes back to being the Julius before the last season or something similar. Suddenly you've got to need options. You don't need to give up on Obi so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's interesting about that too? The if you had to get him for Sexton, then you got to get him. You got to trade him. I get it. I'm with that 100%, guys. Let's not get it twisted. If you got to move Obi Toppin to get Colin Sexton here, then you move Obi Toppin. Salute. But if you can keep him out of that deal, I just do think that young man, in his second year, is gonna. I think he's gonna prove a lot of doubters, man. Because like I said, we got to go back and look at how that season played out last year for him. Julius Randle was getting almost 37 minutes a game, dog. 37 so how many minutes do you expect Obi to get? And basketball is a game of rhythm. You don't come in the game and shoot 3 shots and think that you're not good. It takes shots to get yourself in the rhythm to play basketball. You can't shoot 5 shots and expect your percentage to be like 50, 40, 50%. That don't happen. You know what I mean? You would have to be a marksman to do that. I mean,
Lou Will or Clarkson.
Yeah, you gotta be a marksman to shoot 6 or 7 shots and expect to make all of them, or at least even 3/4 of them. So you think about the minutes Obi was getting behind Randall. It takes a while to get in the rhythm, man. It really does. You got to have 1 or more, 2, 3 shots a game to consider you to see how good you are. So I do think, and that's why I'm like, listen. It's a positionless game. You can even throw every now, even if for 6 to 8 to 10 minutes or 4 minutes, throw them at the 3. You could throw them at the 3 to keep them getting extra minutes. Then that way, you know what? Okay, now if we move them to the 3 every now and then, you still get your main 3 coming out of the free agency. You can move Obi to the 3. He got enough athleticism. That's what I'm saying. He's not no slow dude. He's got enough athleticism to play the 3. Maybe not on a 30-minute basis or 20, but I still think because of positionless basketball, he got the size of DeAndre Hunter to me. You know what I mean? DeAndre Hunter is that type of dude. Look at DeAndre Hunter. He was guarding 2, 3, and 4 every now and then. So we got to look at a positionless basketball thing. I just think that Obi might have a chance to do that, but I wouldn't hesitate to move him in if we have to. I mean, that's the nature of the business for sure. But I think he's going to have a leap this year. I think he's going to have a better year than last year. No question.
Yeah. Look, to me, he's a perfect small ball 5 as well. You look at the death lineups with Draymond Green, all these other teams, PJ Tucker at the 5. I mean, I'll be grooming Obi as the 5. He blocks shots already. He's got great length. great wingspan, a great leap. Played the 5 for Dayton in college. Imagine him pulling the 5 out the paint, pulling Clint Capella out in the corner and shooting popping threes. I mean, at least 20 minutes a night as a small ball 5, with Randall.
Yeah, you come behind Mitch or Randall. Why don't Cat get a foul trouble? You can come behind Mitch or Randall. You know what I mean? Like I said, he could that 3, 4, 5. But I agree with you, man. You get a small ball 5 like him, and then like you said, you get them 3. You can pull them boys out there. Now Randall can eat in the paint. RJ can eat in the paint, and because he could stretch that center out, bring him out to the 3-point line. Them lanes is open all day. You know what I mean? So and that's what I wanted to see in Knox. I want to see Knox be able to. Knox got a lot. He had a lot of linking size to him. Knox, he's 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", but he's linky though. He's linky. I'm like, man, I've seen sometimes when he put the ball on the floor, and Knox would go down there and that shit. I don't know what happened lately, but I think Obi got that though. He's athletic. He said Martin Luther said he's athletic, divine, lateral quickness worries me. CT agreed. Nice small ball 5. Okay, yeah, outrun and gun a bit more behind Mitch. Absolutely, I can see that as well. Lugo, I agree with you on that one. His quickness. But yeah, hopefully, if he be around, he get a little bit more opportunity this year. He really get to get a better feel of the game. Get into a little bit more rhythm with the team. He got to because he had a role last year. It was so quick. As soon as Randall get his energy, Obi was back out. You know what I mean? As soon as he get his breather until the end of the season, I know that he started getting better opportunity. He played better in the playoffs. So that's what really encouraged me the way he played in the playoffs. That him and Todd Gibson were like the best 2 in the playoffs to me for the Knicks this year. Obi Toppin and Todd Gibson. But the best 2 players, I think, in the playoffs in that first round that we had. You know what I mean? Other than Derrick Rose, obviously. Excuse me for saying that. We forgot what he was doing. But yeah, I like the way he played. I like what I seen at the end of the season that he started getting in tune with the game. You know what I mean? He started getting his rhythm, his energy. Like I said, it's a game of rhythm. You notice the shot started getting knocked down more. I just think that he put that ball. If he could head pump that 3, put that ball on the floor, and with his athleticism, man, that cat would be crazy. So we hope it pan out that way for them dudes, man. But salute to everybody out here, man. It's good night. Salute to the chat. Will, Mike, Elton, Camilio, Tim, everybody, man. Jet for life. If I miss you, 19 Con, everybody, man. As the chat go on, the names get longer. But I'm glad y'all in here. Mike Lugo, salute. Camilio, y'all already know what to do, man. Y'all keep running them up with that stuff, man. And everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram, all over the place, man. You screaming, hit us up, man. We here, Knicks Real Talk, the night show. My partner in crime, Bronx Jedi's not in tonight. He's in the back, but I got CT, my other partner in here, man, from the streets of buzzing. And we got the chat with, how we do it down in there. Good night, nice night, man. We just talking Nick for a while, man. But yeah, what an interesting thing we got going on, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe buttons, man. You'll follow the show. Tell your friends, your family, man. If they love Knicks basketball, we got content down here. We just bring it with the chat. The chat is they the show too. So y'all keep bringing it down here, man. We can get it popping. But y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Let me get to that level so I can bring y'all some more stuff to add on to the show to make it better. Get more stuff in there. I do got the merch coming out. Some new. I'm gonna hit y'all up pretty soon. Some real nice new Knicks Real Talk merch popping off. Real nice. We're gonna be able to do the phone call thing soon, man. I'm working on all that good stuff before the season come up. So next season gonna be fire as well, man. This season coming up, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring some more stuff to the show, man. We get it better and get more wise about it. Panel members get more exposed. So we're gonna be bringing it, man. So y'all stay in tune. We family down here. We here for you, man. Y'all make the show. The show don't make y'all. Without the fans, ain't no Knicks Real Talk, man. So it's all good. I'm not sure, Frank. Y'all know Sim got the draft party popping off down there in Atlantic City. Am I right? Is Atlantic City? If it is, I want to misquote it. But yeah, y'all, nothing but Knicks. My man Simeon Russell, they got the draft party going down there, man. So y'all go make it happen. And we'll be also on a stream as we usually do on draft party, Knicks Real Talk, man. But if you go down there, be safe, enjoy it. Yeah, they're gonna get it popping up in Atlantic City. We'll be here. I won't be participating, but Sim got it popping down there, man. That show gonna be live. But we'll be here, on the draft night as well. But we're gonna be doing our thing the way we normally do it. Me, BX, CT, we have other platforms streaming in. We just gonna go play by play of the whole thing. But I'm go down there and hit it up, man. Enjoy it. I think it's gonna be fun down there, man. Salute to Sim, nothing but Knicks, the whole family down there, Queens Court, Tony Crow, everybody down there. Salute. Yeah, man. But BX, it's interesting. I'm really down to see how this draft gonna. I'm gonna be there, man. Good, Frank. Go down there and represent my brother. You already know. Salute. But I'm glad about the season. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited what's going on with it. I think we're gonna be good. This draft gonna be important. And like I said, we starting to take care of things one thing at a time. We got Scott Perry done before the draft got here. See, then that's another thing that's interesting. People, they signed Scott Perry before the draft, so he will be in that. That's important. Going in there, he gonna be in the war room or in the green room with them guys, man, making them decisions and everything like that. So that was a real positive move by the Knicks. That tells me and shows me how serious they is about this. They signed him before the draft. You know what I mean? Because you look at what he did with the draft. He got us. So with him and all the other guys they brought, I think it's gonna be special. So salute. That's why we wanted to give him his love at the beginning of the show, man. I think that was real nice for the Knicks to do that, get that thing out the way, get it situated, and we can keep going, moving forward to the next step, which is gonna be draft night. So yeah, man, we got a lot of scenarios to go over. We move up, me. I'm on the Davion Mitchell thing. I'm on that, man. I like the Brogdon thing. And if we don't, and I will love to see how that Jared Butler thing going to pan out. I think that's going to be a sleeper. If he's medically cleared to do the right thing, yeah, watch out for. I think Jared Butler going to be the speak. I like Trey Murphy the third. He's going to be special. So they got a lot of things popping off, man. I think the Knicks going to do well with that. I think we're going to be well. I'm good. I'm excited about the season, CT.
Yeah, we have options. Like that's all you can ask for. Exactly. No one knows which way we're going to go. There's no more leaks. We can trade back. We can trade up. We can trade for picks. We can trade for players. And we got the right people in the room. Like you said, we've got these experienced front office execs, the well-connected, working dudes out. Don't forget, last year we didn't even be able to work people out. Now we can live workouts. Walt Perrin, draft guru, going to put his magic touch on these picks, and I'm excited. And then we got free agency kicking off straight after the draft. Then we got summer league straight after that, and we got a little bit of Olympic sprinkled in. Then will be media day. Then will be training camp. We'll be back here talking Knicks real talk again, getting it popping. Yes, and it's only way up from here. I think we're moving up. I think that Kelly Oubre thing. I saw a video today. He's already talking about the Knicks on Ian Begley's show. Did you catch that?
Right. Yes, indeed, absolutely. Yeah, man. I think that's doable right there. I think he's a Tom Thibodeau type of player. I just think he'd make Tom Thibodeau think of somebody like Luol Deng, somebody or somebody in that nature, that size, and play like that, man. So I think he's just one of them type of players that Tom Thibodeau would like. Yeah, but I watched that clip, man. I watched that on Ian Bigley and Sport SNY, man. I seen that, and I was like, okay, I like what he was speaking. CT, I really like it. When I listen to guys talk, I see if they here for one reason only, or they here because they want to get paid, or this guy really got a desire to be better. He want to prove to people. Them the guys that I look for. You know what I mean? The guys who got something to prove and let you know that because I was in this situation don't mean that you haven't seen the best of me. You know what I mean? You've seen the best of me. And so guys like that, that's why I like him and these Colin Sextons and these guys, man. These cats got something to prove. They hungry. They play hard every night. They go out on the floor. They leave it out there because you got guys who don't leave it out there. They they get that money, but they not leaving it out there. And I just think that I like Kelly Oubre, what he been through. When he was coming out of Washington, when he was playing with John Wall, I'm like, this boy gonna be nice. I was like, man, his cat was like, he got that it factor. So I think I'm hoping I would love to see him down here. That's for sure. That is for sure, brother. Yeah. Him and Colin Sexton.
Athletic.
Yep.
He's athletic. Can run the fast break. Slam it on you. That shot, if that shot improves as well, and I was surprised that video. It was like free agency hasn't even started, and he's still talking about another team. So I'm like, is that allowed, or could he be fined?
Well, he's a free agent. I don't know if the team could do it, but I'm not sure about him because it's like
okay.
Yeah, I'm not. That's a good question. I had to find out about that. Your piece
free agency hasn't ticked over.
Yeah, man, I gotta do that because players talk. Unless when he was talking, he didn't say he his way to say that he wanted to go to the Knicks. He talked about it, how nice their organization was, what they doing. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with it myself. I like that. I like that side. I like what he got. I like what he brings to the table. You know what I mean? So, and you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. And I think like I said, if you're going to get Reggie Bullock 13, 14, you might look at Kelly Oubre. To me,
Yeah.
that's
and I think
sure.
that tells us that Alec Burks has gone. So they're looking at Bullock. Maybe they're looking at Oubre to just slide into Burks' spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we need size down. I think we caught with Julius Randle because he had to play the 4 at 6'8", 6'9". That's why Mitch is going to be so important to me, because we need some size down there. You know what I mean? Like I said, you look at these cats that's winning these rings, man. You got 2 7-footers on the front line, Giannis and Joe Lopez. Last year you got, AD and who was there before the Lakers when they won that ring the year at the center. AD and somebody else. McGee, a couple of other 7-footers. Even though it's a guard league, but you think about the guys who really winning these things over. It's them cats. So to me, Julius Randle needs some more length around him. I think you get some length around Julius Randle, it makes his game even better. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we need to do. So I like Oubre. I like Kelly Oubre's length. I think he got his wingspan is phenomenal. And I just like that. And so we'll see, man. We got some good options, man. For sure. We ready for it. God, we like I said, what a night, man. We here chilling, cutting it up, and we know we doing what we do, man. But other than that, man, I'm looking forward to the draft, guys. I hope we move up in that top 10 and get somebody who really can have an impact on the team. Or if we don't, whatever option we go, CT, I hope we just get some good players, man. And I think we will, because I think quickly panned out. Remember 2020, 25th, 23rd pick, whatever the case may be. I forget a lot more than I know. That pick was nice, so we can get another Manuel quickly in there for around that range. If we don't move up, we still hit a home run. We got 4 picks, man. We got to make the best of it. So
that's why I like that Intel connection with Kentucky. No one else would have taken quickly that high. People were like, man, what are they doing? But we had genuine Intel connection. Now with this Isaiah Jackson, that's intriguing. Do they know something about him? Other teams don't yet know. Maybe the dude got a 3-point shot, got some offensive game to go with that, crazy shot blocking. Yep. That'd be unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen that a clip of him earlier and with the Kentucky, and he was shot. He got a nice shot. He shot it from around the top of the key. That thing looked nice. I'm like, okay, the kid can fill up. And he's going to be getting the oops. I just think that somebody like that behind Mitchell Robinson, I think the key to get him to me is somebody like that, just in case we don't sign back Mitchell Robinson. We still got a young man just like we drafted Mitchell Robinson. At the 36, we drafted a young man just like him and Isaiah Jackson who can become a Mitchell Robinson. So that's why I said we got a good place to be right now. We in a good place, man. I just hope we do the right thing. I think we will, though. I like Isaiah Jackson. I think he could be special. Especially if we bring back Todd Gibson. Now you still got a veteran presence down there.
Oh yeah,
I think
and he's like lottery talent like that. There's not many big men in this draft of that sort of caliber, and after him, it's a big drop off. So you can get him. You solidify your young, a front court for years to come. Then you got plenty of picks and space to sign, from backcourt players.
Mm-hmm.
But we know Noel, I'm not paying Noel whatsoever. I appreciate what he gave us, threw his body out there. The man earned himself a pay rise. Kudos to him. But I don't want no parts of paying him,
Not when we can get that. We got that there already and can possibly get a young one coming up. Yeah, no question about that. I agree. You know what? Them guys came in. The Knicks don't owe them nothing. They don't owe the Knicks nothing. We gave you a 1-day deal. And you obligated, you stay obligated to your 1-year deal. You did it, and that's it. So the Knicks, if you want to go somewhere else, the Knicks understand. If the Knicks felt that way, they would have gave you a 2 or 3 year deal. They understand it's a business. If somebody gonna say I'm gonna get Noel 12, 13 million, Noel better go get that money. You know what I mean? And the Knicks understand it. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing personal. It's
Yeah.
business. It's just business. It ain't nothing personal. You know, it's just business, man. You know what I mean? Alex Burks, somebody gonna drop 9, 10, 11 million on you. The Knicks understand that. You gotta go do what you gotta do. And you know, and we don't have to put out the money. We can go spend it on somebody else. But if they feel like they could be part of the thing, then they bring them back. So it's a good place to be in for both of them. That's why I respect what Scott Perry did the last couple of years. He gave these guys the opportunity. Look at what he did for Bobby Portis. Man got a ring. You know what I mean? I gave you a 1-year deal with an option on the second one. You opt out. I gave you the opportunity though. He went to Milwaukee. Man got him a ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, you know, I think it works both ways for these guys. I think you know that was smart to do that for the first 2-3 years to get this thing under control, to get us where we needed to be. Now we can go, you know, if we want to go big game hunting, we could do that. But we got a lot of options in New York. So our fan base should be really proud of what the Knicks did, man. Think about this here. We've been Knicks fans for a long time. When the last time you ever heard? Now I want everybody to check the haters. When the last time you ever heard the Knicks got 7 first-round draft picks in the next 4 years, almost $70 million in cap space, got young talent, and got 2 draft picks this year? When is the last time as a Knicks fan you heard that? And I've been around for a minute. You know what I mean? So, man, you gotta love this, CT. You gotta love this. I just think it's just real.
We got
cool.
players that want to come play for the dudes we have. You're like, I wouldn't be surprised because Noel came here on the discount for Tibbs. You know, he said, "Oh, I want to play for a coach that's defensive minded." Then we had Alec Burks want to come here because he's friends with Johnny Bryan. So maybe some of the connections we have keep players here on the cheap because they want to actually be here. You know, they want to establish this culture. We saw Austin Rivers take a dirt cheap deal to establish something. So, you know, maybe Kelly Oubre takes a discount to want to be, you know, part of something, you know, have a home. That's what he said in the Ian Begley video. He said, "I'm looking for a long-term home. You know, I bounced around the league a bit. I want to prove myself." So, you know, we got this structure, this foundation in place. These players really want to come here. We had Lowry on record saying that, you know, it's all about, you know, culture for him. You know, I'm a Tibbs guy. I mean, man, when have we heard this? We haven't heard free agents talk about us like this.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. All our wild and coming off the 4th seed, absolutely. That's what I mean. Well, we're gonna be wild, and we're gonna be wild as fans next year because we're gonna expect a lot of things, man. You know, it's gonna be crazy next year, but we're gonna be up for it though.
We're gonna put Pat Riley in retirement. You know, he's been like, "Man, the Knicks are better than us now. I got to retire."
Camilio, the number that I would not go over for old Oubre, I would love to stay in the 18 range. I don't know. I wouldn't go over 20. I don't, you know, but if we could get him at 18, I think I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I think he's worth that. I believe NBA players, and I always tell people this here, $1 million a point. If you're an NBA player, you get paid off of that. The reason why I say that, Randall, 19 points a game last year, $19 million. You know what I mean? You think about, you make $1 million a point in the NBA. Durant, 27 million or more, they get 27 million or more. That's how the ball bounces. You know, so
except Sexton giving you 24, and you can get him for 6.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think we, Mike. I agree, man.
Get me Sexton. Get me Oubre.
I like him. I'm happy with him and Oubre. Colin Sexton and Kelly Oubre, you get one in a trade, and hopefully you don't have to give up too much for him, and then you get one in free agency, and you still got cap money going into 2022. You can't win. You can't lose with that.
You can top up your bench, man. You can get like a you could have DeRozan coming off your bench if you want. I mean, we got so much options.
Check this out. You get them two, you can go give Carmelo Anthony a couple of, you know what I mean? That dude, he can do it like a lot of other people still do it, and he ain't looking to be no man. He ain't looking to be his veteran leadership will go unquestionable in New York City. He's a
bucket getter still.
What? Man, so Knicks in a good spot, man. I think it's gonna be on and popping. I mean, we
Okay.
got expectations this year, and I think they know that. I think they know that. These guys know what they up against, man. Our fan base now gonna expect us to be better than we were last year. So they got to do that. You know what I mean? They have to. They just can't say we're gonna come here and wind up being the eighth seed or being the 10th seed. I don't see that happening. I think the Knicks know that they gotta go to another level. There's different levels to it, and I think that's part of the maturation. I think now we went to the first round. We got to get out of the first round and get to the second. That just got to be what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then after that, we go to the next level. And by then, hopefully, we'll be sitting there with a banner or something, But I think there's different levels to it. But I think they are ready for it. Driver's seat. We are in absolutely, D. Ross. We are in there, bro.
Elton Lee says that Oubre had that extensive interview. Yeah, he said about, get this, he talked about that Warriors game that we punked them.
Mm-hmm.
He took notice. So a lot of players took notice when we played physical this year. We played hard,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Man, these aren't the same Knicks." I want to be part of that. And in the Lowry interview, Lowry was talking it up with Randall and RJ at the free throw line after the game, dapping up Wes, dapping up Tibbs from his USA days. I mean, we're building relations,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget, New York City. A lot of players want to flock here to be part of something special, be part of that. What Milwaukee's doing right now. Bring a franchise back from obscurity back to the top of the mountain. Man, you'll be a legend. You'll be like Larry Johnson, still getting paid if you win with New York.
Right.
You'll be like Herb Williams, John Starks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you gotta be legends. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we need. But I think that Milwaukee thing inspired me because I was like, you know what? We on that trajectory. If it's Randall and RJ, are they going to be Giannis and Chris Middleton 4 or 5 years from now? If that's possible, then you got to sign them. If you think they could do what them cats did, and them cats been playing together for 8 years, you know what I mean? But they got their core together. They kept their core together, and then they put the pieces around them as they kept getting better and better. And that's why you don't give up on people, man. Look at Giannis when he first came in the league, dog. Look at Giannis when he first got here. They stuck with that young man, watched him develop, watch him get big, watch him learn the game, and look what he did for him. We need to be on that, and that's why I say the RJ thing. If you're gonna sign Randall, even though he might not have came here as in his rookie year, but once he got here, he became part of this. And if you're gonna build around him too, then just build around him, but put the right pieces around him and make that team dominant, man. And bringing in a couple of players here and there. I mean, like I said, you look at the Atlanta Hawks this year. Trae Young. Look at everything that was around Trae Young. There ain't no superstar. There were no superstars on that team. They put the right pieces around him. Nate McMillan pushed the right buttons. He put the right pieces around Trae Young, and John Collins and Capella and all these guys. Look what they had. They didn't have no superstar. They had Bogdanovich, Gallinari. He just put the right pieces together, and that's all we got to do. We just got to fill that 1 and that 3, and get the pieces that fit around these guys. So the chemistry is there, the camaraderie is there, but they know this is the guy, this is the guy, this is the guy, but we all in this together. And I think that's a culture that's down there. So I think we'll be fine. I'm hoping that's the way they pan out.
Yeah, like you said, we're at a point where we know our deficiencies. We were fortunate enough to make the playoffs, go toe-to-toe with the team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We got a really experienced coach. He knows, get me this player, get me this one, and I can take you further. We're simple. And we didn't even have Mitch, in the playoffs as well. So we're automatically upgraded already. We got Vildoza and Mitch, 2 players we didn't have. Not to mention all the money we got. We're going to bring in some more dogs, some more talent, make a couple trades, probably a few vets. I imagine a few vets will latch on to us. And we're going to be tough to deal with. I think we're going to pass Philly.
A lot wise, I agree with you 100%. Watching Mitchell Robinson this year, I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, the worst thing to do is, let this dude going into a contract year. He 275. I see the tweet on it. Somebody he said he wanted to be on his show called Catfish, and then somebody threw it. And so I love the response from Mitchell Robinson. He's like, listen, I'm working out every day doing blah blah blah. He said, you know what, but it's more, it's more than life. There's only basketball. You only live once. I love that fire back. I'm like, yeah, Mitch, that's what you do. Because the cat said, and then the one guy put something. He said, you need to be working on your post game or something like that. So Mitch went back in the tweet. I am doing that. That's what I'm talking about right there. So I think you got to watch out for Mitch next year. All out wide. I think that brother gonna do something special. And that's another guy that the Knicks believed in. They stayed the course with him. And hopefully, like that $1.8 million, I hope it turned into a 15-20 for me. I don't care if it's with the Knicks or whoever. I hope his year is so good that turned into a payday for him. Because that young man been grinding with the Knicks on that little low budget contract for 3 years. I'm like, yo, get that man some money. Yeah. He have a good year. Give him some money. I like this. He had me like a newborn baby a couple of years ago. And so let's get it.
You notice he's been wearing those New York or Nowhere T-shirts all summer. So
right.
he's invested. He's on board. I think him and Tibbs sort of maybe got off on the wrong foot a little bit, but I think they bonded after that. I think remember in training camp it was like, oh, who's going to start, Noel or Mitch, and everyone thought Noel's going to get the nod.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, then Tibbs ended up going with Mitch, so right. he knew, and to that point, if he just gets a little bit more offense, I'm down with it,
And I think I think he will. Young man, and that's what I think a lot of people fail to understand. A young kid coming out of high school. He came out of high school, guys. It ain't like he went to college, none of that. He came through the hard way. You know what I mean? Playing high school ball, got recognized. He was going to go to West Kentucky, but he didn't. But then, Kenny Payne knew what was up with him. You know what I mean? And I think he's going to really see some improvement for him, Obi. And I think all of them take steps. I really believe that because I think, for one, they're going to be familiar with the system. They know what's expect. They know they ain't like they coming this year, don't know Tibbs from a can of spray paint. Now they already they know what Tibbs is about. They know what he want. They know what he expect. It's going to be easier now because they already been through the rigor mortis with him in the first year. So now this year is going to be like, I know what the coach wants us to do. I know what to expect from this man. I know his tendencies. I know his ways and actions. I know what he dislike. They know all that now. So they prepared more prepared in this year. And I think that's going to bode well for them. And because I think they've been under Tibbs for 1 year, so then they kind of know the game now. And with this man, the way he coach and get down, so I think that's gonna be nice.
I don't see no slow start. I think we'll be right out of the blocks, with a full preseason. Don't forget, we'll probably play 7 preseason games, full training camp, full game plan. I think we'll see Tibbs implement some more structure, some more plays. And I'm looking for it to get it popping. Will be tough this season to deal with. Third best defensive team in the league. Like, look out. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all already know, man. Y'all keep sending it on down the line. You place it, I'll pace it. You know what I mean? You already know. But yeah, man. Salute to all y'all. Peace to God, to Ross, everybody. Salute to everybody out there looking at the show on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you streaming in from. We appreciate y'all chiming in. Next we'll talk the night show. Friday, we cutting it up, man. Lot going to go on in the next couple of weeks, so we just want to be in the fold. And y'all just make sure y'all keep Mike Lewis say he think Ball is out of the picture. I can see that too, Mike Lugo. I can see that for sure.
There was a report they haven't reached consensus on Ball, so that tells you that they're not all the way in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Salute Elton Lee. Salute my brother. We see you. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I think that could be the case. But I like Ball. I don't have a problem. I was just always concerned with the penetration game. On the half court, the half court penetration game. That's what worried me. But yeah, Mike said y'all okay with Oubre and either Nunn or Graham. no longer these rumors dragged out, less we likely to get in Sexton. I can understand that. I can see that too. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with that. I'll take either three of them guys. Kendrick Nunn can knock it down as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree, Wide. I never thought he was a fit neither, but I know a lot of people like him. I just thought that his penetration game was lacked on us. If we get Oubre, then we need a left-handed coach. Okay, well, yeah, we have a bunch of lefties, right?
Yeah, 3 lefties.
3 lefties in the building.
Good one, man. But I'm just glad this draft is coming. I mean, all these rumors and that. I just want to get it cracking.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We ready to get this thing popping now. Time is build to be killed, build to destroy. Our wives already know. We got to build on this thing and destroy all that other crazy mess out there, man. So we gonna get it popping though. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to rock, man. For real. I'm ready. I can't wait till the season get here. I'm ready. I'm dying to see what we're gonna draft. I'm ready to see Summer League. I'm really ready to see Frank Sunday. I'm ready to see what Luka gonna do in the Olympics. We got guys in the Olympics balling. I want to see what they're gonna do. I'm gonna keep my eye on Luka, and Frank is with the Knicks until he ain't with the Knicks. So these guys they're gonna be on the world stage, man. They're gonna be the world stage. Now we get to see Luka on the world stage. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Frank's playing for a contract. Don't forget.
Yeah, right.
He balls out. He's going to be hungry. He balls out. He gets a bigger deal with us or a bigger deal with another team. And we know with France, he's going to play 20, 25 minutes. So that's his chance. Maybe he stinks it up and we get him back on a cheap deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, salute to Craig Wright. Craig, what up, my brother? So salute. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Sexton does fit RJ timeline. Absolutely, that's a good one there, Craig. Man, you already know, man. Like and subscribe, man. We thanks for coming in here. Good text chat. I meant to say, yeah, I like Sexton fits it very well. That's why I like it. I like him, and I think he fits the timeline, and he can go get it too. You know what I mean? So let's hope we can talk that back up.
And he's a Tibbs dog. He's a Tibbs player.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he is. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
And I think Sexton. We haven't seen an official report, but I think Sexton prefers New York. Like it's tailor made for him to make his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need guys who can handle these lights. You know what I mean? He can do that. Him. That's what I liked about RJ, man. RJ, like, man, I ain't letting this get to me. I'm coming here and I'm gonna put this work in. You know what I mean? So I like what RJ bright lights. Julius, think about when Julius first got here. Remember he was missing on free throws at the beginning, the first game of the season, and then people were booing him. Everybody wanted Julius out of here, but you know what? Julius stayed the course. He I can handle these lights, these bright lights of Broadway, and look what happened. You know what I mean? So we need guys that got that mentality. I really believe that. We need guys that got that mentality, man. If we are running the team, what's the rotation looks like next season? I would be Sexton, RJ, Kelly, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson would be my starting five going into next year. For me, that's what I would like. It would be that right there. Mike Lugo. I would love Sexton at the point guard. I love RJ at the 2. I love to bring Kelly Oubre at the 3, Randall and Mitchell Robinson. I think that's young, athletic, defensive, decent for sure. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, so them all athletes right there. All them cats can get it. You know what I mean? Every one of them can play. And that would be me for CT.
Yeah, that'd be a load.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this just hit me. But one dude in the chat put RJ is his player to make the leap. Imagine if RJ gets most improved player.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I thought he could have got it this year.
Yeah.
He went from 14 points to 17, went from 60-something% free throw to almost 70-something, went from almost 40% from 3, rebounds got better, defense got better, assists got better. RJ had a great second year, man. His bounce back year was awesome. I was like, whoa. So and I think that was I had him there. I had Randall. I had him in the conversation for MVP, and I had I had RJ in the conversation for our most improved player. He took a nice leap next year. I think RJ next year go to 20, easy.
Yeah,
easy. He go to 20 points a game next year. This year, I meant this year coming up. I think RJ it could put up 20 consistently. So
easy, you know, in his sleep, you know, and the dude getting stronger and stronger every day. You know, there was a video with Kawhi Leonard trying to back him down, and he couldn't even move RJ. You know, think about that. You know,
Sexton,
I mean,
Trey Murphy, Randall, and Mitch. Yeah, Allah wise. I ain't mad at you, bro.
yeah,
that's legit right there.
With Cap still, with Carmelo and DeRozan off the bench.
Yeah, you got all these veterans to lead them off the bench. Even if you got D, I think that I'm gonna tell you, I think Sexton, D Rose, and Luka Vildoza would be a problem in the NBA. That's straight energy for 48 minutes. Straight nothing but energy, bro. Sexton, Derrick Rose, and Luka Vildoza. That'd be a nice trio, but that'd be a nice point guard trio right there, man.
That'd be an issue for teams, you know. 48 minutes a night,
non-stop.
And then, you know, maybe Obi and Taj.
Yeah. I think you bring Derrick Rose and Todd Gibson back. I think you do that without a question.
Yeah,
you bring them two back.
They're culture builders.
They are. You see how better Mitchell. The minute Todd Gibson got back there, you see how Mitchell started taking off this year. That's when they brought Todd Gibson to the team. Once they brought Todd to that team, you see how them cats started playing. I was like, okay, they know. So that's a Brooklyn boys. PS 67. Y'all keep them locked in. Let Todd retire Nick. You know, we can retire Bull if we choose to go back to the Bull to retire his jersey. But I don't have no problem keeping Todd Gibson around, long Thibodeau around, and have him like a player coach. Yeah. Salute the Raging Storm for real. Yep, I really like that. So I think that.
Yeah, for real, you know.
Awesome too, man. It's important. It's comfortable. It's real important. What Mike Lugo said. Mike said, Knox
turns into Paul George.
That was a good one, Mike.
Probably, yeah.
That was a good one. I like Knox too, man. I was hoping he can. I mean, he ain't never too late though. You know, he gotta have something to prove too though. But
I wouldn't mind if they gave us that Osman. You know.
Yeah. I like CD too. I like CD too.
Give us him.
Yeah, I like CD Osman. Kyle Sexton and CD Osman for Knox, the two number ones.
Yeah. We'll take on Love's. Maybe we'll take on Love's deal.
No, my Love deal. Oh my God, yo. That Love deal, bro. That's real talk. That's 30. That's 30 each one. Love is love, though. But at least, I don't think they're gonna do that because of next year's cap situation with a chance to get a free agent. But I like CD though. I like CD Osman now. I think you would get him in the Colin Sexton deal. I wouldn't have no problem with that if it don't hurt.
Yeah.
Yep, CD Osman. Play.
To our last point, we gave him Dot already, and he played better with them.
Right. Exactly.
We'll give them all the former Knicks. Yeah, we'll give them Frank, Knox, and Dot can be Cleveland starting.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be funny? Cleveland.
And there's another cat. What do you think of that cat, Jared Allen? They might not pay him.
That's the reason why I thought they was going to move Sexton they can move Sexton, get somebody get another point guard where they got Garland there, get somebody in the draft young, and just in case they want to sign Jared Allen, so they won't have to sign Jared Allen and Carl Sexton. That's one of the reasons why I thought they was moving Sexton for not having to pay that money. You know, and maybe they do sign Allen. You know what I mean? So they said they want. They got Isaac Okoro. Who they got? Larry Nance Jr. I don't know if his contract is available, and I'm not sure. So and I think you got Kevin Love there. Who else is down there?
They got
who the other center that's
name?
There with Jared Allen's another center there too.
It was Drummond, but they moved him.
They moved him. But no, they moved JaVale McGee to
JaVale McGee as well.
They moved him to Denver. right with the
Yeah.
Denver. Yeah. So yeah, they might sign Jared Allen. They might want to sign Jared Allen. They might say, you know what, that's why we moved them to move Sexton to get that money and they pay my man. And they just draft another Sexton, somebody close to him in the draft. So
Yeah, they got pick
yeah,
4, I think.
Yeah, for the Nets, right? Yeah, absolutely good. Thanks a lot. Well, I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, he said Prince is there too from the Nets. Yeah, Torian Prince.
Yeah.
That contract got to be done pretty soon. I'm not mistaken. Should be close to it.
I think that Obi deal gets it done. I think I can see them wanting, bring him back to Ohio, bring back Knox, who they were high on as well. I mean, it's a win-win for both sides, They're not looking to pay Sexton. We are. I mean, I can see it happening.
Yeah, he fits the timeline. He fits the timeline for sure. Yeah, you're right, Craig. Right, that's exactly. I think you in a better spot to get Sexton because they want to move him, opposed to, we want him bad. They can't fleece nobody for Sexton. I'll tell you that much right now. They can't fleece nobody. They gonna have to get the best deal possible, but they can't fleece nobody because they the ones that get stuck with had to pay him or don't pay him.
And they had Garland. That's it, Garland.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. So yeah, so that's why the Sexton thing stays out there, and I think it's interesting. Everybody up here, man, in chatting everywhere, listening, tuning in. I just think it makes sense in a sense because of where they at. You know what I mean, and what they probably, from a financial standpoint, they might be like, you know what, we need that money. We need the money, and we just gonna move on from them. And after what I seen him do to the Nets last year, I'll keep bringing that up, man. That brother was giving it to them cats. They was going mile on him and Kyrie and them. I was like, he was like, he wasn't scared of the moment. He was getting busy against the Nets. I'm like, okay, this boy's showing up right now. A couple of games he did against them. I'm like, so I would love to see him have an opportunity to get a point guard in New York like that, who we haven't had, since Derrick Rose signed back when the Phil Jackson was here. Derrick Rose had a good year that year. The Knicks didn't do nothing. He was averaging 18 a game that year. Derrick Rose had a pretty good year that year when he first got to New York. It just unfortunately we didn't do too much with it. But him and KP and Melo, I thought they had a nice thing going. The defense was suspect, and I guess the coaching wasn't where they wanted to be. But he's one of the best guards we had since D Rose came here in 2018. So that's why I'm like, if you can get Sexton on that deal, you go ahead and grab him. I just think you go ahead and get him. But we'll see.
He's ascending.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Salute to the chat, man. A lot of wise, Deep Ross, everybody, man. We here, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. My partner in crime, Bronx Jedi Sports Jedi, couldn't be in the night, but we got my man CT. The streets are buzzing. We in here, man. Doing what we do. Talking Knicks, getting ourselves psyched for this season coming up. The draft next week. Psyched about that. He said those close games against the Miami and the Nets and Philly. If we had Sexton, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I would love to see that, man. I'm gonna stay hoping on that one. If we don't so well, but yeah, I think we gonna shock the world next year. I think so. So we just keep it popping, man. And Mike, that's another brother, Mike, good one, man. I like Terry Rozier too. He got an aspiring deal.
Yeah.
I thought. Remember last year they were going to try to get him and Monk in that Randall deal. That's probably what got Steve Mills fired. Scott Perry was like, nah, you ain't nope. And then after that, what happened? Steve Mills got fired.
Yeah, that's the thing, like you don't sell low on a player, when they had a bad year.
Right.
We brought Randall in on a cheap deal so that he could ascend and become more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like Rozier as well. I've wanted him on this team. He could have helped us in the playoffs,
Yes, he could have. Yes,
a lot of games, scoring guard. Tibbs, he's only on 18 mil.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Charlotte got LaMelo. They got Devontae Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's their deal with Rozier? Are they going to want to trade him this season? We don't know. But I think it's just going to be half a year too late. We're going to try to get our point guard already.
Yeah,
You know,
good deal. Got Devontae, like I said, he due for his extension if they're going to extend him. I think LaMelo Ball takes over that point guard spot for sure. So if you're gonna use Devontae at the off ball because of the way he knocks it down, then that leaves Terry Rozier. They might keep all three of them. They might run it back with all three of them. Who knows? But I think they're gonna. I think to me, they probably wind up doing the Devontae Graham because I think that the year after that, Rozier is due. He due, so they can move that 18 million. They can move that 18 million. That gives them a chance to sign Graham and move that 18 million that he got, and they don't have to worry about extending him, giving him more money the year after that. And that way they not cap strapped with them three players. So that might be interesting. They still got that 30 million they gave Gordon Hayward. You know what I mean? You got some other. So we'll see. He's another guy. Might agree. I wanted Rozier myself. I think Rozier. He's another cat been ascending. He a dog in him. He got dog in him too. And,
look at Boston. Ever since he left, what happened with Boston?
Right. Yep.
That was a bad move. They fell off.
Caused them to get Kemba Walker, then they moved him. That Rozier,
Kyrie, then Kemba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that set them back. That set them back. I think when they let Rozier go, like I don't know why they did that. That was crazy. But yeah, I hope he's another guy, Mike, that's out there, man. So I think we got a lot of good options out there. I'm a firm believer in the Sexton, D Rose, and Luka Valdoza, though. That's where I'm going with that. I'm good with them three. You got a veteran, a young and ascending one, two young and ascending one. One of them is borderline. One of them pretty much could be an all-star if he keep putting up the numbers he putting up. And then you got Luka Valdoza. He's gonna come here and give you what he's gonna give you. So I think we good there. That'd be the strongest point guard tandem we had in years that I can remember in New York. Him, Derrick Rose, and that we ain't had 3-point guards and on one team at one time like that since I can remember.
Oh, and then you got Quickly as well.
Right. Another combo guard. Sexy combo too. You know what I mean? This is like it just don't stop. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of talent for that 32 pick. There's a lot of great wings, shooting guards. That 32 pick that they might pull up someone, like a Quickly was, another diamond in the rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Why throwing IQ? Absolutely, you're right, man. That's what I mean. We good. It's gonna be interesting. Bruce Brown question. Good one, Will. Bruce Brown swiping from the Nets, depending on how much they want, depending on what they want, what he want. I don't have a problem with Bruce Brown. He goes hard. He goes hard, and plus he playing around KD and all, and getting all that knowledge and all that information from them guys. He playing against some real dudes. Got a headache thinking about all these scenarios. Can't wait till Knicks start moving. I agree, Mike. Yeah. That's what makes it. So that's why I say, man, this trade is fun. That just show you what a situation that we are in. And we got an opportunity to do all this stuff, man. And we got good. How do I say? Flexibility. We can go so many routes. It's crazy. That's why
absolutely.
Knicks fan, and you got to be excited to be a Knicks fan, man. And down here, Knicks Real Talk, and that's why it's Real Talk, man, because we try to put out everything we probably could put out without no hyperbole. These are all true possibilities. You know what I mean? It really can happen. We don't say it's gonna happen. We just saying that all this stuff can happen. And the draft, like 4 draft picks. Oh, fuck. I don't know, bro. It's gonna be crazy, man. We all gonna be tripping in a couple of weeks. But draft night gonna be powerful though. I think they're gonna do something on draft night. It's gonna be some moving and shaking. And I hope we in the mix on draft night. We might not be in the lottery, but we still can wind out. We still can come out being one of the talks of the lottery, though, of the draft. I meant to say, the Knicks not in the lottery, but they still gonna be one of the talks of the draft. You never know. I mean, they will and deal the right way. Brock Aller now, they probably my man Walt Perrin already scouted who they want. I guarantee you they probably got that down to a sign. Walt Perrin been on that for a minute, so they already know who they kind of got an idea who they want. Now. This with Scott Perry. Now it's time for Scott Perry and Brock Aller to step in now. Now that's where them two come. Walt Perrin done did his thing. Now Scott Perry and Brock Aller stepping now with the cap situation, the moving, the shaking. What we're gonna do, what we're gonna wheel and deal and deal. And then you know what? my man Leon Rose sign off on it, we good. You know what I mean? And so I think it's gonna be nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. I'm already hyped. If this show hype, man, I don't know where y'all be going at. Knicks Real Talk. We in here, man. We getting this thing ready for the season, man. Let's get it popping. We gonna be in here. This thing gonna be live and on fire this year. This year gonna be crazy. All right, Mike Lewis, I'll be shocked if we keep all our picks. Yeah, Mike. I don't think if it do, it'll be amazing. If we do keep them, like you said, I don't think a couple of them might be on the team, might be stashed. But do you think? I can't see these three of them. Can you see three? The 19th, the 21st, and the 32nd on this roster when the season comes? That's
not with all that 50 million cap space, because free agents are coming. So man, I can see us making the 32 and maybe making one, packaging the two firsts to move up.
Yeah. I think that's gonna happen.
And alas, says Worldwide West already tampering for free agents.
Yeah, right. He done put his work in. He out there. Hey, LIY, that's why we say the streets are buzzing, because that cat out there. He out there.
He covering more mileage than a frequent flyer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Don't forget, it's been months since our season ended. These guys have been on it from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think
Kelly Oubre probably got his contract already, just can't sign it yet.
Canal, man. Sorry you missed the whole show, man. But you know, once it's over, man, you hit it up on a highlight reel, man. View it. You know what it is. Yeah, I just hit that thumbs up, man. Run them up with the thumbs up. Support your brothers, man. And let's get it popping, man. Y'all subscribe and all that good stuff. We're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, we got a lot of options, brother. A lot of options. We got a lot of options. I'm like, man, that shit got me amped, man. I'm like I'm on a Red Bull or something.
We got 99 problems, and flexibility ain't one of them.
One of them. Sure ain't right. Absolutely. That ain't one. Yep, absolutely. He said, CT, remember Worldwide West he said, remember West was at all our road games. Yeah, absolutely. I meant to say, sorry, at our road game. Yeah. Absolutely, Wise. He was there, man. They engaged, man. Them cats are engaged, bro. I mean, truly, the Knicks regime is engaged with what they're doing. I love that.
That's true. They're dapping them up. Remember, there was that report that teams are worried that Kentucky will become the Kentucky Knicks. Yeah. No joke.
Mm-hmm.
Man. That's why this Isaiah Jackson, they might move up to get him.
Oh man, him and David Mitchell for me, man. You give me them two, I'm good. Straight up.
Davian's your guy. You've been on it for months.
Yeah. I think he fits. I think he's the Norman Powell of the young guys. He'd be the Norman Powell of the young class in the head. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at Book Knight if they got him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, they showed me in that national championship game. That was impressive, bro. Them dudes came out and took that game from the door. I mean, they came out and put Gonzaga away. They didn't even get them cats on the chance to think you was gonna beat us. I was like, yo, David Mitchell and Butler and them cats, man, and them kids was getting busy. I'm like, oh snap! And then I see that. I like, that's it. Yep, absolutely. And Mike Luger said, crazy thing. With all these scenarios, we think up the Knicks end up shocking and we get De'Aaron Fox or somebody we never seen coming. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
For real.
Yeah.
There's a move coming. I've been thinking, there'll be something that'll shock us. Mm-hmm. Like, remember last year we took on Ed Davis for 2 seconds, moved around a little bit.
Absolutely. And wine, Brock Allen them some smooth. He a smooth joker. I'm so glad we got that dude, man. That what gives me hope about the Sexton thing is because he got ties to that organization where he can make it work with with the owner and the GM. What's his name? What's his name? Alderman.
Kobe Oldman.
Kobe Alderman. Yeah, I think they can have them talks. You know what I mean? I think him and Kobe can sit and have them talks, and I think they could be on the same page with this stuff. So, and I think you never know. You just never know. It's really a possibility that could happen because connections is everything. You know, it ain't. You know, now that's been our Achilles heel in New York. We never had the connections. But when Scott Perry came in there, Scott Perry had connections with Detroit, Sacramento, Orlando, you know, and perhaps other places. Then you bring in Worldwide West, and he got connections. Leon Rose got connection with all the players, and you know, what I mean, it's amazing, man. And Tibbs got connection with all the coaches and players. They respect him around the league, you know. So I think we're in a good spot with that stuff, man. And a lot wise, you agree? I agree with you, man. No leaks, and that's important. You don't need to let you don't put your hand out there. You know what I mean? You don't let nobody see your hand. You know, and that Knicks is doing that pretty well.
Yeah. Hey, Divine, I gotta grab something to eat, but you're still on.
Okay.
Yeah, you still on for a bit.
Yeah, I'm probably another 15, 20 minutes, man, maybe something like that. Then I'm shut it down, and then we get into the next round. But yeah, try back in. If I'm in, hit me up. Not, I hit you up on the backside.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. Salute to everybody, man. CT be back, man. He went to get some nourishment in his body, so we still here cutting it up, man. You know, we here all night, man, and you know, chilling, man. We won't be on for a little bit more long, then we still get back into it. But yeah, we in a good place. He said, imagine, Will Slocum said, imagine if Garland instead of Sexton. Wow, that would be crazy. That would be crazy, Will. I never know. But I think they like Garland down there. I really do. And you know, Canal, Sacramento looking to move their pick, and guess who used to work there? Right, that's what I'm saying. Man, who we extended. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, that's why I said, man, the point that we brought Scott Perry back here, man, that man put us in a good spot, man. I'm trying to tell you, you know, since he got here, man, we solid. So, yeah, you're right. You never know. Not only did he live there, that's another Kentucky boy. You just never know, man. The connections matter sometimes. Sometimes what you know is who you know in life. So, I mean, that could be important for us, man. And, you know, them connections get them stuck like glue. Let's bring it in here. Let's get this thing popping for 2021-22 season. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think we're going to do well. Nick's going to be in the house, man. We're going to make some noise this year. I think we made noise last year. We took a lot of people by surprise last year. So now we're going to be coming from being a hunter. Now we're going to be the hunted. Now you got to remember, people going to know what to expect for the Knicks to come into this season. So we got to be ready for that, man, because we got a lot of people unexpected this year. You know, now they're gonna know that the Knicks is real when they go in there and play to come into the arena. We go in their arena, they're gonna know that they know somebody coming in who can actually beat them. So I think it's gonna be a different season. It's gonna be a harder season this year. But if we do the right things, I still think we'll be prosperous though, because everybody getting better. Just about, you know, Boston got better without Horford. You know, that was a big pickup for them. And they going, you know, either they put Marcus Smart at the point guard, or they go out there and get a point guard. They might be looking at the same Colin Sachs as well. I heard they might be looking at. They're looking at Reggie Bullock. Then you go on down Philly, you know, you don't know what's going to happen with the Ben Simmons thing. You know, they're going to look to get better down there. They still going to be a contender in that conference. Obviously, you know, Brooklyn Nets is there. So we got to be ready for it, man, because you go down to Indiana, going to be better. I think Carlisle going to turn them back around with the talent they got down there. I mean, you know, you got Brogdon, you know, you got Turner, you got Sabonis, you got Caris LeVert. I mean, they got a good team down there, so they're going to be on the fold. I think they're going to come back. I think the fact that we have, let me read Canal. I think the fact that we have to add 7 new spots, we will still look different. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I hope we keep the main core together for the chemistry and the camaraderie. But I agree with you, Canal. I think we're gonna look a little different next year for sure. But yeah, I think we hopefully the ones we get they get in where they fit in. But the Eastern Conference is gonna be different, man. A lot of teams gonna get better. You know what I mean? The ones that were there that made the playoffs, Atlanta gonna be there. You know, I mean, a lot of teams going to get better, so we got to be ready. Chicago going to try to make a run with Zach LaVine and Vucevic, and they're going to add. They got a chance to add Lonzo Ball. So, Will, there's a lot of leaning dominoes in the league right now. It is. Will, good quote, man. Good chat. It really is. It is a lot of leaning dominoes, man. So we just got to wonder which way they're going to fall. But we just want to make sure we know at the end of the day we on top, man. And I think we got a good chance to have a good thing going this year. And in New York City, man, it's going to be popping down at the Guard, man, and all over. So hopefully that we make it happen. Hopefully we get more shooters and guys that can create. That's a fact, Canal. I do think we got to get some creators, some guys who can get to the hole. That's why the guys that I'm mentioning that I like, a lot of them can put that ball on the floor and get to the paint. That's why I like Sexton. That's why I like Oubre and them, because I don't want to pay $20 million to guys who only $15 million to a guy all they can do is just shoot a three. Like I said earlier in the show, I think we need guys who can get it from every angle, man. And I think that'll make it better for us. That way, when the playoffs come, we don't get caught out there like we did against Atlanta when everybody jump shot wasn't clicking, and then we was one dimensional and we lost. So we don't want that to occur again. So I do think we need to go get some guys who can put it on the floor, create their own shots. We just need another guy with Randall and RJ who can create their own shots. I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? Give us one more guy in that lineup. If you can give us two Sexton or Oubre, if they got the ball in their hand, they can go get it. If the shot clock winding down, the three ball ain't there, they got enough time to put it on the floor and create some type of havoc with a pass or a shot, or possible get fouled. We don't need no one dimension, man. We need 3-dimension players, and I think that would be well for us. And yeah, he would. And that's why I think I always bring him up. He will open up a lot. Because I think, hopefully if he will, Mitch, he would help Mitch. I just about to bring it up, Canal. Good point. I think he helped Mitch out tremendously. I think RJ and him, and RJ, and I think they all work. I think they work well together because Tom. One thing about Phibbs, he won't allow egos. The Tibbs is not going to bring in a ball player who think that it's his team. He got to be the man. That Tibbs is the man in New York City. It's not going to be a player I think on that team think that they the man. No, Tibbs is the man. And I think that's what it's going to be. That's why Julius Randle, he's our guy. RJ is one of our guys, and I think Sexton will be one of the guys. I don't think there's going to be no ego tripping in New York. I don't think Scott Perry even allowed that since he's been there. And that's why you got to look at all the little nuances that Scott Perry did. He brought a culture there, man. All that nonsense now. We all in this together. We one team, one ball. Let's go get it popping. And it showed last year, 41 and 21. 41 and 31. Excuse me. It showed last year. And I think that's just what it's going to be. It's accountability and respectability, and Tibbs got that type of respectability that's needed for a team playing in New York City. So I think it'll be good. Is Primo a second rounder? Yeah, I can say that. I think that's the next step. I can say that. Yeah, ain't that something? Yeah, Lonzo Trier, man, that was interesting, man. I thought he was going to be able to do it, fellas, for sure. But no defense, man. I don't know what that was about. He still ain't even in the NBA. So I guess we ain't the only one that see something in him. Yep, yeah, man. But we gonna be in there. So y'all look forward to draft night, man, and we gonna get into all that, and we gonna get it popping down here draft night. I know a lot of other people gonna be getting down, but Knicks Real Talk, we gonna be in the building, for sure. We gonna have some live things going on and try to make it happen. He'd be nice if we could get one of OKC's picks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. We gonna Will and Deal. It's gonna be Will and Dylan that night. We'll be live with it too. So y'all chime on in, man. Get in there on the show and let's get it popping. Bad for the culture, selfish. Right. Yeah, right, absolutely. But so we'll see, man. We'll definitely see what's popping off, man. And but listen, man, I'm gonna get out of here in a few fellas. We could do this all night, but and I'll probably try to hop on Sunday. If not, I'll see you guys Wednesday again. And by then, we get ready to set this thing up. And we be ready for draft night the following week. Then we get this thing going, man. Before we got something to really get into it about. But once again, man, salute to Scott Perry on your extension. We put that out there today, man. We had that segment. Salute to Scott Perry, well deserved. And I think it was well deserved, man. Streets of Butter, thank you so much, my brother. We'll see you on the next one for sure. And y'all just keep liking, subscribing, man, tuning in. And we're going to keep it moving. And until then, y'all stay safe out there, man. Y'all already know what it is. Protect yourselves, man. COVID-19 is still out there as well. And so things, so just protect yourselves, be safe, and y'all know what it is, man. And Knicks Real Talk, we here, man. From a fan for the fans, man. We appreciate y'all and what y'all do, and we gonna see y'all on the next one, man. So y'all let your peoples know, man. This is where it's at. The chat is where it's at. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. We gonna get it popping all the time, all the time. And we got the wives, the chat members up in here, man. Y'all brothers is great. Y'all make the show, man. Allah wise, peace to the God, man. Let me run through the chat. Mike Lugo, Canal, peace to all y'all, man. Everybody that came in, Craig Wright, everybody, man. Y'all keep it coming. Camilio, Tim, Will, all the main heads already know who always up in here, man. Y'all continue to Ross, everybody, man. We thank for the love of the game. They came in here. They was on here. Everybody, man. BX Bronx Sports Jedi was in the building. In the background, the Spirit was up in the building. Salute to you, BX, man. I see you when you get back. Until then, man, we just gonna keep it moving, man. And I see you guys on the next one, man. And love y'all. Thank you so much. Knicks Real Talk, man. The night show. We about to sign off on this thing, man. And I'll see y'all then, my man. Peace. I'm still, there you go. Sorry, got a little bit of freezing going on there. But salute, man. I'm out here, man. Salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for chiming in. Great show tonight. Great participation, man. Y'all keep it moving, keep it coming. And we'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here, man. Knicks Real
Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Knicks Real Talk. We all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine Bronx Jedi 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Knicks Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it popping. We hopping like topping in the Jumpman brand. Ain't no stopping. Divine and Bronx Jedi 7-6. We live from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno with the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show. So spike them lights below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Knicks Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. So where it's at, now you place the chats. When I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recap, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a candle throughout the handle on the banner. We violent, so subscribe to the channel. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.